Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. I was gonna say, I mean, technically,
to show that
I
time
played.
passed.
I was gonna say, technically, I played last Friday. Yep. I mean, rogues still are queen of my heart, along with investigators. But bards have wormed their way in after one session.
I
mean, you didn't have a bard time.
Oh my god!
I see myself up.
Where's Allie's camera at? No.
Tora is that way.
So as you all noticed, Drew's not here. He is out in Alaska crab fishing with his mother. I don't know if that's actually what they're doing. I just know they're looking at gin bottles, like gin bottles. I was like, "Did you buy that?" And he's like, "No." What did he say? It was like $3,000 or something like that for
like
the gin bottles. Yeah,
$6,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So not gin from the story in a bottle. That would have been hilarious, actually. But yeah, $6,000. Yeah, that's what it was. It was $6,000. But so since he's not here, in honor of Sabrina, our berry queen, who is going to Dragon Con, she messaged and asked if anyone's going to be there. But I'm not going this week. We are going to put up our beloved ghost. So Drew's gone. He is the spirit for the day. I really need to make like really good glow in the dark like GIF that goes over top of that and like moves. I might have to. Dan, if you're watching this, Nat One Fun, I have a new project for us. I have a new project. So that happened. What else is new? I got new headphones. I'm not wearing them right now because of the big over the ear to replace stuff. My Surface has been a workhorse. Oh, I did get this today in the mail. I know it's a Pathfinder stream, but for those who know me, I love me some Spelljammer.
It's a good looking cover.
All the books are gorgeous. These are basically the 3 pieces. So like this is the cover for one, that's the cover for one, that's the cover for one. Comes with the GM screen. I don't know, it was okay. I'm not a big GM screen fan. The books are really weird. So you got the Astrals Guide, which is 64-page hardcover that's space-based character options, deck plans. That was cool. They basically took all of the ships from the original Spelljammer, updated them, and gave you like black and white overlays. I'm pretty sure Dyson did them. Boo's Astral Menagerie is statistics, descriptions for creatures found in wild space in the Astral Sea. They brought back the Astral Elves, the Cosmic Horrors, the Lunar and Solar Dragons, Murder Comets. That's a thing.
What?
Murder Comets.
What?
Yeah.
Murder Comets,
and Space Clowns.
Killer Clowns from Space in 5e.
Yep.
Let's do it.
The Light of Xeraxis is a hardcover adventure designed for 5 to 8. Double-sided poster map is in one of them. It's cool. I like it. I'm really excited to see what Beetle and Grimm does with the Spelljammer thing, with their box set. I'm sure it's going to be gorgeous. They were pretty pumped about it when I talked to them. But I wouldn't mind running. Like, I don't love 5e. We do have, like, the biggest news right now is 1 D&D coming out. And I would like to say, I agree with some of the people out there. I feel like they went, hey, Pathfinder 2, remember when you took stuff from us? We're going to take stuff from you. And they just kind of embedded all the stuff that we love about PF2. So I'm curious to how it'll go. We all know that 4th edition did not fare well for D&D. It kind of bottomed him out. Like, it wasn't good. Have any of you looked over the new rules?
I listened to No Nat One's
He did a pretty good breakdown.
discussion. Yeah, his breakdown of it
Mhm.
At work today. I haven't looked over the rules themselves personally.
Sound a little PF2-y? I think he actually said that too, that it felt a little PF2-ish. Wasn't
Yeah,
it him who said
he did.
that? Because he's a big PF2 guy. I was kind of surprised that they did it, like, as a whole. But merging them all together under one banner, I'm wondering if this book's gonna feel systemless.
So
Ooh.
one of the comments in No Nat One's YouTube vid was someone was kind of like, remember how 3.0 was supposed to be like the final edition, and then
Yeah.
3.5 was supposed to be the final edition, and it was gearing up so that it could all be integrated with physical and digital.
Yep.
And we were supposed to have D&D next, and
All the stuff that they wanted to do with the old think tank or whatever it was.
or Think Geek or Geek, that
Oh.
Geek Brain, whatever
Oh.
it was. I don't remember what it was.
I made
No.
something for that. Continue. I keep saying you talking. I'm gonna find something I made for Sean from Gaming and BS. Gleemax.
So Gleemax, that's what it was. Yep.
Yo, check it out. I have a Gleemax image for us. I literally made a Gleemax Gaming and BS Sean. He was trying to remember what Gleemax was.
Oh, yep.
I lost all
my money on
memory
Gleemax.
all my money on Gleemax. I made that. It's actually a Magic the Gathering card as well.
Okay.
So I was like, here you go, Sean. He's like, you fucker. So, yeah, that's what you're right, though. I still have a Gleemax pen somewhere. Todd, I think you were at that Gen Con with us. That was one of the last ones you went to, wasn't it? They had the big brain.
Yeah. Because
The
I
big
thought it was
plastic
in there when we were
bubble?
playing like
Vaguely-
one of the D&D
Vaguely recall that, yeah.
tournament sessions of trying to bum rush our group through the dungeons.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that was the year we met Steve.
Yeah.
Helt. I'm pretty sure that was when we met Helt. That's nuts. That is a memory I was not expecting to have tonight.
Right.
But it's
That's
true.
me bringing it back.
It's true though. Like Gleemax, they talked about. So it was supposed to be D&D was gonna be all online. There's gonna be like a character mancer thing where you could do a bunch of stuff. They're gonna do what else were they gonna do? There was a
It's
miniature
supposed to be like the
builder.
last, miniature builder, and it's supposed to be like the last official edition or whatever.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're kind of rolling. It feels
They're
like they're
bringing it
going So after reading that article, reading the comments on No Nat One's video,
Mhm.
it almost feels like, I don't know if it's Wizards or Hasbro, but they're trying to turn tabletop RPG gaming as a service.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Look, as somebody who charges to play games, like to run games for people, because it's a job. Like, for me,
Right.
it is. I'm kind of down for it. I just don't know if I want to run D&D. Like, I love me some Pathfinder. My biggest fear is this. I do have a friend who is working on the tabletop aspect of the virtual one, which it basically looks like Dwarven Forge is what their assets look like. They're using the
Okay.
Unreal
Yeah.
Engine. Yeah.
Get fire in your hand when you do that.
So
Right.
as I was
Yeah, there we
saying,
go.
they can't see that because the cam's too
No.
small. But I'll do
Aw.
it later. Don't worry. I'll give it back.
Alright.
We'll have it again. So my dog's
Sorry.
going ape shit downstairs.
Derailed.
No, you're fine. So I think that that's going to be pretty cool. I think they did a cool idea. But when my buddy who used to work for Epic Games and worked on the Unreal Engine is hired to do that, and he said he doesn't know how many PCs are going to be able to run that engine successfully.
What?
Because
Like, are we
it's
looking at
so-
like?
because
Are we
it's
looking at like
Unreal.
Crisis?
It's Unreal. No, not that. Unreal is it's not like Unreal does things on a large scale. Like Unity uses Unreal for stuff when you're building things out. But it is asset management at a very high level. And so I don't know if you guys all remember when not this Baldur's Gate, like the old Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter came out and people were trying to GM people in the game, but half your friends' PCs couldn't do it. He says it's going to be like that. And they have not mentioned if you're going to have to host it on your machine or if it's going to be a service that they're hosting somewhere. They're not 100% on that yet. I think it'll be a service somewhere because then they can ball it all into like, which payment do you want? VTT and books? Just books?
Right.
So we'll see what happens. I don't like the fact I think we're going to get bent over on all the products we already own, having to rebuy the assets for all their dungeons. I think if you already own the books, you should get the assets should just be included.
Like I just said in chat, I'm concerned they're going to turn it into a crappy, user unfriendly games as a service.
Look, it looks gorgeous. Like it could be either like Foundry. So like Foundry's okay, but so Foundry's great for people who have a bigger understanding of like database management. You have to run that shit on your computer, and having people log into your computer, I would rather have it on a service side somewhere where I'm not storing all that shit. Like right now, I need Roll20 to add a way for me to add extra storage because I'm out of space. I switched to the VTE stuff for all the animated shit because I'm out of space. I don't have anywhere to store shit anymore. I had to keep deleting crap. So I hope they do it on their side. I really, really do. I don't know if they're gonna. We'll see. They haven't been very clear about it, but it is what it is. I do like the idea of being able to build your own miniatures and shit like that, because it sounds like they're going to bring in a way to build minis as well, like virtual miniatures. And people, I think, Allie, doesn't Ladies of D&D use, what is it called? Hero Forge to make a lot of your miniatures and shit for the games, like tokens?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
I
Super
hope
fun.
they do something like that, because that would be dope. Like, if they actually
I would love that to be, like, integrated. That would be real nice.
Yeah, well, we don't know yet, but I think that would be super cool. Does anyone in the audience play with it at all? I saw you guys talking in chat. AW, have you looked at it at all? Because I know you run D&D, don't you? I'm pretty sure you do. There's a few people that come to the stream that run some D&D streams. I'm curious to see how it goes. I would love if they do an asset store, because I would build a 3D asset team and start fucking making models. What are you smiling about? Todd has got the biggest smile on his face right now.
Just communications off screen. It's fine.
Oh shit! Is something happening in our Discord?
No.
Don't worry about it. Don't
worried
worry about it.
about anything you two are doing right now. You drop your puns. You're like, we can't do them publicly, so we'll do them privately to each other. But
that's it.
Is it really? I
Puns.
don't believe that. I don't believe you. I think you're lying to me.
It's definitely nothing to do with making a wizard cloak for you. Don't worry about it.
Wizard cloak? Why would I want a
Don't worry about
cloak?
it, Eric.
I am worried. I have a cloak. Thank you very much. I have one for Iron GM that's made of all the shirts.
Yeah, but does it have little stars on it?
I don't want a wizard cloak. I don't work for Wizard. I don't work for Wizards.
But what if it was a luchador cloak with wizard themes?
With just like big brackets here to like clap
and
on.
it snaps. It's got the mask as a built in as a cowl. You'd be like Batman of the Coast.
Wow.
I'm gonna like just hand embroider every single like pun that's been made on this channel into like the interior of the cloak.
No, god damn it, no. No. I don't want any of the things you just said. Whatever that was, no. God damn it. You guys are horrible, horrible, funny people. So the dice box looks like it might end up going live tonight. The other dice box. We have 2 already. The third one is this puppy here. Let me turn on this other light. It's a little dark. You guys see this. So Riddles got the logo onto one of the the new upgraded hex vaults from Elderwood. So, and it's the same color changing piece. On his YouTube, or not YouTube, on his Twitch, I think he put the video out today of him painting the first wave of boxes.
Okay.
On Twitter. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but like the 3 colors that go down just to make the green. So this is the new one. They're the dual ones. And that means they have like, I think this is walnut and oak, I believe is what they are. So they have the 2 frames.
Identify it by smell.
Smells like paint.
It's so good.
So same style, and then the other 2 are still up there, but I'm waiting for this to go live so we can sell that one as well. The new dice are coming along. I showed those off on Friday. So those are coming. That's going to probably be in October, which I'm pretty pumped for. And then, is there anything else that we did? We sold. I pimped the Frank House Dilemma shirt during Norse Foundry stream last night because I put Dan from Nat 1 Fun in the worst situations. There was like 10 Frank House Dilemmas. It was not even a la carte. It was bad. It was cyberpunk though, so you know.
Oh yeah.
He had a fugitive moment where he had to jump out of a water sludge tunnel out to survive, and it was either into a sludge pit or into the ocean, and I was really hoping he'd hit in between and hit the concrete. Didn't happen. So it was fun though. Very violent. Someone in the stream was like, "This is definitely not for kids." It's like, yeah, you haven't watched any of these shows
Did you
before,
not
have
see
you?
the rated R? Like,
Yeah, like, come on now, people. Like, of course it's not.
As opposed to all those other child-friendly cyberpunk games and shit.
Yeah.
Look,
What?
I don't make the rules here.
Aw.
It's not my fault. But someone's like, yeah, it's
now
not
I
for
want to
kids.
make like cyber tots, like
Cyber tots.
kid friendly. Yeah, cyber tots. It would be so
Cyber
cute.
tots.
Well,
Oh my
well, Timmy,
God.
how did you get those cyber eyes? Well, when I was younger, Lassie had a breakdown. There was some sort of manufacturing issue, and she ate my eyeballs out.
Wow. Wow.
Here's a class action lawsuit, and then I
What
got
the
these
fuck,
eyeballs for
people?
free.
I want this so much.
Please don't. Jesus Christ.
She's the one who said she wants to have kids in a cyberpunk game.
I mean, you are a brave soul if you want to have kids in a cyberpunk game. That is, I'll be honest, that is never
main
on the
characters.
docket. Never, ever on the docket, ever.
Do I even want
Golly
to
gee,
ask
mister,
how...
this kibble does what?
Oh, God.
I don't want to ask how little Jenny got those wheels for legs.
Sad. Sad.
Absolutely.
Writes itself.
AW, hack into the mainframe, unlock the candy dispensers.
What does it give out then? What is the candy dispensers in Cyberpunk supposed to be?
Oh man, Eric,
Is it
I
like
just thought-
a bunch of gummies and one really old one that breaks your teeth, and it plays an ad in front of you that says, "Do you need replacement teeth? Are you 12 years old?" Is that is that what happens? Because I
Yes.
feel like that's what happens.
I really want there to just be a one shot where there are two goals. First of all, you're playing from the perspective of the I licked it, now it's mine kids. And the second thing is you're just trying to stay the fuck away from Nova.
That's like its own game. It would have to be like a World Runner where you're just running from Nova as a 12-year-old kid on a skateboard.
My
Oh
face is more the
man.
I licked it so I own it.
Truth.
Imagine
What did I s-
imagine licking like some blots that belong to Nyx.
Zobo's no.
Oh no.
Dude. I'm gonna spoil something if you didn't watch it yesterday, but Dan lost his nose to the regeneration kibble. It blew off and did damage to people, and Matt decided to pick up Zobo's nose off the ground in the elevator and glue it to his face to stop the bleeding. So Dan walked around with a clown nose on for over half the fucking episode. He was like, "What did I step into?" I was like, "Yo, dude, I don't apologize for any of this at all." So yeah, that was yesterday, everybody. I can't. It's just nuts. It's just absolutely nuts. So yeah. So that was that. I do have something else. So we are gonna have some airship combat tonight. Because we haven't done a lot. Like, there's a lot of parts of Ethauntia I have realized we haven't tapped on in the 2.5 seasons. Not 2.5, 2 1/3 seasons we've done so far. We've done stuff with the tides, but we haven't done. No one's gotten bleak and had something bad happen to him yet. We haven't done a lot of airship combat. Yeah, we had one airship combat piece with like a chase with the hang gliders, which was pretty dope. And I think we had one at the beginning of the season against Ether Witch at the house of season 1. I think that was season 1. That's back when Oliver on the Whisper. So we
Yep.
didn't do that. The new group has a couple skiff-style ships and a tugboat, but they don't have a huge one. So we haven't done any crazy stuff there. And then there was something else you didn't talk about. We haven't dealt with the keepers that much. Like, we have had the Lady of the Tides on, which is a keeper, and we have Darkane on, but we haven't dealt with, like, cults that follow keepers that much at all.
I feel like Lady of the Tides is enough for us to handle.
Oh, no.
in the main
I don't mean a
series.
keeper. She's a very powerful keeper. She's deity, like, actual deity status, because enough people
she's following
believe
us
in the
around.
tides. What's
And
that?
she's following us around, just
Well-
just because, just for funsies.
Well, yes. yes, she is. So I'm pretty cool with what it is. I like how it's going, but I feel that we've missed some marks, and I want to make sure we hit that up for the end of the season, because we know what our next season's going to be after we finish this up, however this one ends. And we know we wanted the Inquisitors to be in part of this. And we're all in red, and she's in blue because she's a Hand of Water. Are you a Hand of Water? You're not a Hand of Water.
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
she
you-
is.
you? Are you really? Oh my!
Yep.
I can't believe my brain remembered that. So we have all of our colors set up. For those who don't know what Inquisitors and retinue are, Inquisitors are the people who work for the Hand of Flame. They are the Inquisitor part of the Hand of Flame. And the retinue are the people who go with them to do stuff. So sometimes they're Hand of Flame, sometimes they're a little bit of everything. Todd is playing the Inquisitor. He's playing a very different Inquisitor. Because normally Inquisitors are like bastard sword wielding murder machines that are champions or fighter rogues or fighter mages. Todd, you're none of that. Aren't you like?
Right.
Aren't you a sorcerer or a
Oracle.
oracle? Yeah,
Flame Oracle.
yeah, a flame oracle. Totally different. Totally different. I'm just looking off screen because I need to rebuild some stuff in Path Builder. Uh-oh. Did it not transfer?
Like the 6-shot pistols and stuff that I had set up previously are no longer there. So
Yeah, just copy it up and paste it in. I'm
Yep.
working on the other one. I might be hiring somebody to enter in all the data for Wayfinder. Or not Wayfinder.
the Wayfarers Guild.
Wayfarers Guild to have everything in it. So if we do that, that's going to solve a little bit of our problem.
Okay.
And we won't have to worry about it as much. But I don't have the time to do it all. I would love to. But I started it and I was like, this is fucking time consuming. So I might bring somebody on to do it. So I think if there's anything else here before we get started. Oh, Ethauntia, don't forget, if you have the points, get yourself either your 10K or if you have the 50K, if you're a longtime fan of the show, use your points down below and get your 50K, which gives you a location. I'm going to be announcing the next set of Living Ethauntia games next week. Actually, this weekend. I'll be announcing them this weekend. And then Todd is doing token, character art, and stuff as well. You can find that down in the links in Discord. I think, Todd, isn't that in the Living Ethauntia area?
It is.
For the art and stuff. And then I'm going to pull up the Dream Knight poster because I don't think I've shown it on this show. I showed it on the last show. This is probably, hold on a minute. It's probably going to be a little big, but we're going to, oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I want to show off the Dream Knight poster. So Todd made a Dream Knight poster, which Todd was, I think you were just screwing around doing shirt designs. That is an Akata for the Dream Knights for Living Ethauntia. That's our poster. So that's available as, is that available yet? We didn't do that yet, did we? We just used it as a poster.
I think it's
Yeah,
We didn't do a
just,
shirt. We
here's
might do
this
a
thing that I threw together. And that
Yeah.
was.
I was like, this is dope. Can I use this? And you're like, yeah, I guess. So that's one of the things coming up. If you haven't played in it, basically you're playing living characters that are also NPCs in Merrifield. So that's all the stuff that is just kind of included. And we've done 2 episodes so far. Been super fun. Cast members play along with us sometimes. Sometimes they don't, depending if the party is full. I like 4 to 5. I won't go over 5 for a show because it's honestly just, it's too fucking much. When you go over 5 people, you start running into problems. And then, yeah, that's kind of everything. New cards tonight. I'll talk about them right at the start of the show as well. We have 4 or 5 new cards. If you check the Ethauntia stuff, there are new cards in there as well. Let me just do that. There's one for the Inquisitor specifically called Flame Strike. I'm pretty sure all the players on the show want that card as soon as fucking possible. So yeah, this is our ship that we're going to be on. This is going to be the Iron Thorn. And we do have one thing to watch before we start. So I'm going to stop the music. We're doing something different for airship combat. And I was just going to have them just watch in the background, but I figured I might as well bring you all in on it as well. So the audience kind of knows what's going on too. So let me quickly, I'm gonna turn on the browser source. So you guys, I would say you might hear echoes on your end, so be careful. And then we're gonna play this. This gentleman, I've never seen much of his stuff, but he did a really cool style build for how to run airship in vessel combat using victory points. Where as the GM, like I have some stuff on my end, but it's similar to doing the research victory points or the dual victory points. So I'm going to play this. If there's some echoes somewhere, someone let me know. I'll fix it, but it's short. It's like 3 minutes. I'm going to play this and run us right into the intro.
Last year, I was a part of a rotating
You guys can hear it here
GM
now?
pirate campaign
Yeah.
set in Galarian Shackles. And what that meant was that we needed a system to have ship-to-ship combat. Now, Pathfinder 1's Skull and Shackles had a ship-to-ship combat system, which was just a lot. It was a lot, and it kind of came down to one player doing everything. So I came up with a really simple ship combat system based on the victory points in the Game Master Guide to do ship-to-ship combat, and it was kind of a big hit, and I still use it in games today. And it makes it really easy for the GM to improvise their ship combat, so I really like it. So I want to share it with you. First thing you need to do is just give both of your ships a level. This is not the same as like a balancing encounter level because it determines the skill DCs as well as damage, but a ship the same level as your ship or same level as your PCs is about appropriate, and then plus or minus as needed. Then each player makes a skill check based on the level of the enemy ship. It's based on what you're trying to do to help. If you're the master gunner, you might use crafting because you're preparing the gunpowder and the weapons correctly. You might use intimidation to get your crew to shoot better. Same as for the captain. If you're barking orders, you might use diplomacy, you might use intimidation. If you're up in the rigging, you might ast athletics to climb around, you might use thievery for the knot work, you might use acrobatics to balance on the mast thing. Balance on the thing. Then from there, if you get a critical success, you get 2 points towards victory. If you get a success, you get 1 point to victory. If you fail, your ship takes damage based on the level of the enemy ship. On the simple hazard table, there's a damage there. That's how much damage your ship takes. Your ship should have health based on the level of your ship. Now, each fail is really dangerous, but because these are level-based DCs, your players should be hitting them pretty consistently. On a critical fail, you take that damage and your ship takes double the damage. On a critical fail, your ship can get disabled pretty easily. Now, when your ship hits 0 health, that's when it's disabled. At that point, the enemy might try and board you, or they might try and sink you. But at that point, the ship combat is over. If you want to board them, then you go into a regular kind of combat. You get out your ship-to-ship battle map, whatever. If they try to sink you, well, that's more of a narrative thing. You can just kind of do that, because they can't really fight back at that point. How many victory points should you get to succeed? I normally do basically, you can adjust it based on how, it's another lever you can have to adjust the difficulty of the fights. I like to do either the amount of players that you have, or the amount plus 1. So if I have 4 players, I usually like to make them have 5 points they need to get in order to succeed. That means that if 2 people crit, then the third person gets a success, you're out. You've just annihilated it. But if everyone just gets a success, then you still have 1 more chance for everyone to fuck up. Now, that simple hazard damage can really, really hurt you, and it can really discourage the players from going into the boarding combat to take the ship alive. But that all comes in later. That's the broad strokes of my ship combat. It's really...
So, mute our browser source. So, Raven, we're getting ready to do some ship combat tonight. I just wanted to show off the new rules that we're using for Pathfinder. This guy made a really cool version of like cinematic combat is what I would call it, but it uses the victory point conditions. It's something we're going to try out tonight. If airship combat happens, there's a really high chance of it happening because they're Inquisitors. And tonight, Raven, We are playing our Inquisitors and our Inquisitor and retinue, because Drew is out of town. That's what the little ghost is over Voss's face. So yeah, that's that. We're gonna get started. There are new stream loot cards. I'll talk about those when I come back and show everybody off. And it looks like the new Elderwood Remastered is going to be live as well here. So yay, all around for everything. We'll see you guys in a couple minutes as the intro plays through. See you in a bit. Intro time. So everybody, tonight we are playing our Inquisitors, hence the red background and everything that we have here. And there is a bunch of new stuff to talk about. First off, let's talk about when this is taking place. Obviously, Voss is gone, and all of the Gravelighters are currently out in what is known as the Howling Waste, or the Frozen Tundra, depending on if you live there or you're from outside of that place. And it's not a well-known place in the world. For most of Ingrad and Cadra and Merrifield, that is kind of unknown territories. You don't fly out there. Some merchant vessels will go way east through the Sundering, through the Maelstrom, and try to do trades on the other side, but they usually don't come back. There's too many things that happen in that long haul travel. With that said, Merrifield is missing, and this is something we haven't talked about. When Merrifield is gone, what does everybody else in the world think? Like, the city literally just disappears, and there's a circle, like a crop circle on the ground, left from this town that is now gone, that is rebuilt. It was a ghost town in Season 1. Between the players, all of you watching the show playing cards, it's been rebuilt, and it disappears once in a while. And right now, it's been gone for 18 months. That is a long time to be gone when rail lines run through there. So much so that the Emerald Order has been arguing with the True Faith, basically the theocracy for the area, saying, yo, we can't put train yard through here. You have to build one around. Use the one that goes around. Merrifield's not there. We're going to work on it. We're going to fix it. Don't worry about it. There's something going on right now. And between the Emerald Order and the True Faith, they have been arguing about how to handle this and how to publicly present it. With that said, our Inquisitors have been looking for not one, but 2 missing Inquisitors. So Todd is playing an Inquisitor for this one, and the other ones are playing Retinue. Voss's character will be off, Drew's Inquisitor Retinue will be off doing something. Won't be on call for this job. He'll be on the ship known as the Iron Thorn. That is what we're going to be operating out of. And we are currently 2 weeks from last time we played. And they are at Merrifield researching what is going on, where the damn town is, how everyone's missing, because all of their trails have led back to the Inquisitors' last spot being seen here. So they're investigating, doing what they do best, finding things, burning stuff to the ground, and literally they don't second guess anything they do. Inquisitors are kind of the people who are sent in to kick doors down and get shit done. With that said, we do have new cards. So there are a few new cards for the night. Let me put these on screen for you. They are all currently live. And there are a few cards tonight that I think you probably want to build if you're going to use points at all. We're going to want Cannon Shot, because it's going to give bonuses in that new system that we did. It's going to give them bonuses towards their roll. And then the Barrage will automatically give them a success upon use. So if a Barrage card's played, they'll use that as success when they're in airship combat towards that victory point total. And they'll still work the other way as well. That's just how they'll work for this episode. So there's those. On top of that, there's a Flame Strike card as well. And I'm going to put them all on screen here for you. The Flame Strike card allows them to cast Flame Strike. It's limited. There are 3 of them. Anytime the Inquisitors are on stream, I'll refresh that to 3. There's a chance I might put more if there's an NPC that's with them, or if they find one of the Inquisitors, I'll raise that limit by 1. And I won't refresh it until they're all found. So that's the short of it. So here are the new cards. I'll put them on screen. Oh, thanks for the purchase. I'm sorry you guys can't hear the card for some reason. That was weird. I'll have to take a look at the Streamloop cards here. Let me see where they're going to. I want to make sure you guys can hear this, because that's part of it. But the new cards here, they're on screen. There's the new one that can be built. This is the Studium. This is for dreams, since we're dealing with dreams so much right now. There we go. That's the audio.
Dawson80 played this card.
Can you guys hear it in here too?
Fire.
Yeah, okay, cool. Someone already had a Flame Strike card. Great, Kelly. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. When the Studium when they go to sleep, they can use it towards a bonus for recalling knowledge on something. So they get like a bonus to doing this. The next card that is new that is added is the Rescue Team. This can be used for the Gravelighters or the Inquisitors. They're going to be on the Iron Thorn, so they have numerous people they can call to their help. This is going to give them a team that helps. That'll be determined by us and the cast, kind of figuring out what we want to do for it. Or if you come up with something when you play the card, let me know.
Brush that salt of your shoulder.
A Visitor. The Visitor is the Recall Knowledge one. That gives a bonus to Recall Knowledge. It visits your dreams. And then the last one is the Wake Up card. That has been active, but nobody has played that yet. The Wake Up card is in case something bad's happening and they have to make a save for nightmares or dreams to wake up, they can play this card automatically. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, I hear all of the cards getting played. I know we're in trouble now. I'm not even looking at the damn screen. I know there's a ton. Chrissy, wake up. You got it. Good song reference. Nice job. So those are the new cards that are going to be available for this show. Other than that, I'm going to set our tone here. So for today, we are starting off with the Iron Thorn parked outside of Merrifield, basically just off of the Arcodius crater, and they have put a bridge out, and they are making their way right now to the True Faith Temple outside of Merrifield. And if you all remember, True Faith Temple isn't held like inside the circle. It's outside so that when they leave, it's still available to people who are left behind or that may need it. So we're not leaving people high and dry. With that said, the True Faith and the Inquisitors do work for the same group. But this is a place outside of Cadra, and our Inquisitor and retinue do technically, since they are currently looking for Lost Inquisitors, have the right to pull rank on almost anything they want to do. Oh my god, I did not realize. I'll wait till we're on screen. I just looked down, it's so fucking creepy. So they will be able to pull rank on stuff. So get ready for that kind of stuff. And players, if you have a question during this at any point in time, you can. So our new ship comes down and lands alongside. The docking ramp is set out, and it is this like metal and bronze series of plates that form, and they hook into the side of the
I feel sorry for you.
rails swing up that are made of like
played
cast
this
iron
card.
twisted, almost like fireplace pokers, and then they have hands on the end of them and lights light up down the way, pushing any tides away. The ship is heavily armored, and only the True Faith really have ships with powerful enough engines to have cast iron vessels. Like they have full ironclad vessels that are armored. With that, they have a high threshold, a high durability on these, hardness on these ships, a lot of hit points, and they can take a pounding. These aren't the most maneuverable, though. Now, the splinters that come off of them are. And there are, on this ship, 4 splinter rays that can come off, which are smaller vessels to kind of do ground stuff, where this large ship, colossal ship, can't make it. So I'm going to start us off in Merrifield. I'm going to bring the audience here, or bring the crew here. Let me switch to our 5-cam. Todd, that is, I didn't know you owned those glasses. It's fucking creepy.
Fun story. I added these type of glasses to the token for my character when we last played, which was October, late October, early November, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Following day, I went online to buy glasses like this. I didn't want to spend a lot of money because I was like, when are we going to play these guys again? I don't know. So I found some at a super cheap site, and they were just a couple bucks. But it was like, it'll be delivered when it gets delivered. Good luck. That kind of a site.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm familiar with
that
those.
was late October, early November, late January they showed up. And I was
Are you
like,
serious?
oh, cool. Just in time. We're going to be playing these guys any minute now. This will be great. Oh, now it's in August.
How
I had
dark
'em.
are they?
They were ready. Pretty dark. I got plenty of peripheral vision, so I can see my dice. But if I looked right at them, it's hard to see. Because despite the lighting, it's very dark in here right now, and it's even worse with the glass.
So you're really role playing your curse.
Really playing it up.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh, that's a good thing to talk about. We haven't played these people on almost a year, right? Is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was October.
So
November, maybe.
what? You're an Oracle. I'll say the Inquisitor is probably the first to walk down. Unlike most things, you can handle your retinue however you want, but Inquisitors are usually first in, take care of everything, first out. Is your character first in, first out? Like, what type of Inquisitor are you?
Yeah, I mean, I lead by example. I don't take shit from anybody, and I don't let them baby me.
Okay.
And, you know, if anyone wants to get in my way, I will
played this card.
just stare them down and make sure that they know that if they don't move, they will burn.
So, super friendly.
Absolutely.
Just like the Inquisitors we know and love. Super friendly.
Mhm.
Inquisitor, so when you're walking down, the ship lands. This is, by the way, this is your ship you're assigned to. There are 2 other Inquisitors on board here, and their retinues as well. And then there's an entire Hand of Flame regiment that can be sent out if needed, a battalion, if needed. Currently, most of them are down below in the Arcodius crater searching, and they're doing a full canvas search from basically north to south, sweeping the entire thing. And when you look out over the dark tides, once in a while you'll see, boom, an explosion of light in the tides. And you know they're going through and just eradicating anything down there that isn't of the True Faith, or if it's something that comes out of the tides, they're just nuking it. They're leveling the playing field. You've been sent up to continue the search for Pyer, and for the other Inquisitor that's missing as well. when you walk down, I'm going to switch us over to our other map here for Merrifield. I'll slide us all the way down here. All the way over. This is the True Faith Temple. Pretty small, not big. Very much off to the side. And because you're all playing Inquisitors, the True Faith, I will provide everybody with 3 villain points for the night. So everybody has 3 villain hero points. You don't have to use any of your own. All your normal, because remember those are what, rares now, so they're epics. Way harder to get.
They're epics.
I'll provide for 3. Every time you use one, though, you take 2d6 points of damage. I have not told you that is what I do every time I use a villain point. But that's how I handle them on my side. So when they use them, they take damage. Basically, it's branding yourself or burning yourself, calling for the True Faith for help. You take some damage for it, but you get to use a hero point. The best part is, I roll the damage. So you got 3 hero points each, 3 villain points each. If you run out at the half, and you would like to get more, there is a negotiation where you can get more villain points if you would like. And I say villain points, you're not villains, but kinda. So let me put your characters on the map here. Let me remove our lovely other group, because, you know, you guys aren't here right now. We'll put you up over here. Here is our... I believe that's everybody, correct? Is that everyone? And I know, Allie, you just did art. Did you finish your art? Because if so, you can drop me a black frame token if you want. Black round token.
I can do that. Give me just a minute.
And just let me know when it's uploaded and we'll swap it out for you. So, when you come down the ramp, there are 3 Hand of Water outside. Tilda is there as well. And as Inquisitor, I will assume any knowledge check, like recall knowledge check, that is, I'll say, DC 20 or lower for the True Faith. You just kind of know it. Because you have religion, I'm assuming, Todd?
I do. I'm not on there, though, for a token.
Oh, is you not here? Is you not here? Let me go back to the token page. I'll double check. I'll grab you. Is that the old group? Did I grab the wrong group?
It looks like you have Kasich instead of...
I might have grabbed the wrong...
Because that looks like a bird skull.
It does look like a burnt skull. I think I have the old Inquisitor group. I will grab our current Inquisitor group and drop them here. But my question being, what is your religion and what training do you have in it, Todd?
Religion expert.
You're an expert, and then what's your take 10?
22.
Okay, so you definitely can hit the 20s. So Tilda, you know, is an ambassador. She resides over Merrifield. She has been traveling back and forth between Cadron here, helping with the whole Merrifield missing piece. She's told the True Faith that Merrifield is a city that has the ability to go into the ethereal and come back. That is her sales to the True Faith on it. You also know she is one of the only people who have equal control over the Hand of Water and fire. She can do both. Not common. No one usually has any duality in their training. When you come off of it, Tilda's at the end of the ramp with the 2 Hand of Water waiting for you. They have a cart with water, all that kind of stuff for you on greeting. You guys are currently looking for your missing Inquisitors. Is there anything you say to her walking up right out of the gate, or are you going to let her greet first?
I'll let her suck up first.
Oh, she does not suck up. She smiles and says, "I have water for you. If the rest of the Iron Thorn needs any water or food, we'd be happy to provide with what we have. As you can see, Merrifield is currently not with us. They are in the ethereal, like I've told the church. Is there anything that I can help you with? Or are you just here to stay and rest? There is an inn outside of the circle. If you were looking for a place, I could get that set up for you. Otherwise, we do have barracks at the temple, but they're pretty cramped. We have not expanded the size of our church yet."
I would pass off that on the pleasantries. Like we're here to work.
Oh, well, what can I help you with? If you're not here to stay and you're here to work, what can I help you with? Is there something in specific? Do you need a blessing?
I'll go over the reason that we're on our way. Like we're looking for
Pyer?
Pyer.
She says, Pyer, he was the Flame Strike, or sorry, the Inquisitor. He worked off of, God, he burned a city down just southwest of us, if I remember correctly. That's the gentleman you're speaking of, right?
Yes, we did.
We've all burned.
Oh, hello!
cities
And she like
in our time.
waves to the other in retinue coming down. She says, may I ask why you're looking for him? Is he? My God, he hasn't left the true faith. He hasn't fled, has he?
This is Retinue Agrin. She was
Oh,
with Pyer. when
Agrin.
He disappeared.
I'm so sorry. Is there something wrong with Pyer? Is he fled the true faith?
He's not fled, but he's disappeared.
Disappeared like just you don't know where he is?
The last time I saw him, he was destroying the shell of a Sky Marshal Duval.
Oh, that was a horrible. He was quite the air marshal. A wonderful gentleman. I hate to hear that he was had to be hunted down. Cleansed. Is that the word that the Inquisitor used? Cleansed? But I don't really know the terminology for Inquisitors.
He was cleansed with fire along with the rest of that city.
Oh. The whole city was really necessary to burn down?
There were heretics hiding there that attempted to kill our team via traps and keep our artifacts.
But that you burnt them all down.
That was partially their own fault because one of their traps, one of their gifts, was an explosive device.
I'm that's shocking to hear. Is there something that you need assistance with then? I don't know where Pyer is. I can't really help you with that. I apologize.
So I look over to Inquisitor Halstrom. Before we left, did we disclose that we were looking for Oliver because we think he was responsible for the death or disappearance?
That is up to you. I wouldn't say yay or nay on that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking Todd.
Yeah, I would say we keep that quiet because he's tied up with the Fey Courts, and that's a sticky amount of business to be blabbing about.
Would you like to make a knowledge check on Oliver? Because you guys have been doing, you've been hunting for almost 18 months, 17 months and 2 weeks. There's a long investigation for you guys to find a missing person. Usually when it's this long, they're dead. You know what I mean? Like now you're hunting for the spirit.
Right.
So that's up to you all if you would like to do that. I can definitely do that. Like, do you guys want to make a check on Oliver to see what you know about him? Do you want to?
What would that fall under?
Planes is under Arcane or Lore, if I remember correctly. For Pathfinder, because there's no planes. There's no planes check anymore. So Arcane would make the most sense. But if you also have Lore planes, it would be Arcane. Everyone can make a check that has it here. I'm totally fine with that. I found your characters.
I could. I will. Yeah, I guess I'll try it. Untrained because I don't really have
0% good at it.
Well, if you roll well enough, the reason I'm saying this is I am more than happy to give information that you guys don't know as players. Because it's been a long time since Oliver.
As an untrained roll for
if it's
whatever lore
if
you
you're
mentioned.
untrained, don't even roll. I would say you need to be at least an expert to do this.
Oh, then no, not me.
Absolutely.
What about Mar? Is Mar an expert in Arcane?
Not even trained.
Not even, none of you are. Perfect. So you're like, yeah, Oliver, that fucking clown boy. I don't know who he is. We've heard he's important. You probably know he's a prince, and that's all you would know. And he went missing, and the mother has been questioned numerous times. That'd probably be like the end of what it is.
Okay.
So she says, well, I can help you in any way that you would like. I don't really know what to tell you. The circle is closed off until Merrifield comes back. We don't like people going in there. In case Merrifield comes back from the ethereal, we have Earthguard here. We follow True Faith. But we don't want anyone to get injured. You know what I mean? And gates will open for the train tracks once in a while, but with this recent upheaval, the station's not there, so we have built tracks that go around. And she says, well, we can talk in the study if you would like at the church. Unless you need me to lead you somewhere. I really don't know how to help you here. City is yours to talk to. And she turns around and points at the like outskirts that are here. But there's just a wall. Whoa, why is he suddenly big?
He wasn't even on there. I just dragged him over. That's why I didn't realize he'd be so ginormous.
Oh, I just grabbed him. Oh, he's underneath.
No, because it's still the bird token.
Yep. I'll move him over here. So what would you like her to do? She's pretty open to helping or doing whatever you want. And anyone can talk, not just the Inquisitor has to, but she's kind of asking everybody.
Yeah.
So I lean over to Inquisitor Halstrom, and like underneath my breath, I'm like, I mean, she is an ambassador. It might be, I don't want to say safe, but it might be easier to talk to her about why we're like who we're looking for if we're in the temple versus just talking about it out here.
Perhaps we can move to the sanctuary of the temple.
Oh, by all means, follow me. I'll have them bring the water on board, and they'll provide water to everyone. And this is common. Like, when a ship docks, the Hand of Water usually brings water out to the Hand of Flame, because they can't make water. Hence why you have one Hand of Water with you. They're just not trained at it. So they bring it on board for you. They walk you inside. She lights some lanterns and stuff like that when you walk in. And it's a big, round stone table. You can see that they have chiseled down the interior of the table, and they've put the Hand of Flame in it. Looking around the site, you know, like they've re-blessed this place. It's holy now, but this used to be a keeper's temple. It's obvious that it was because the architecture is not the True Faith, but you commonly take over old spots. You know, it's cheaper than building new, especially when resources are kind of difficult to get. And she sits down with you. She shuts the doors. It's a small room. It's surrounded in bookshelves. The back half goes up 2 stories with a speaking platform. And this table looks like it's stationary, but people will come in and they'll do meetings here and whatnot. She brings a couple tables down. She pours some water. She brings out some bread and some food. Says, well then, what do you want to speak about today? She shuts and locks the door. And she's wearing ambassador robes. She would grab them probably off of like a hanging dummy and put the robes on and sit down, just kind of showing like, I'm not a priest. Like, don't look at me as a runabout ember. I'm an ambassador. And in the hierarchy, ambassador's up there. So what can I do for you?
Well, Todd, as a player, doesn't really know like the correct way to start this conversation about what, as far as like religious aspects of the team, we're able to extract or implement. So I think what I would like to say was just like lay out what it is we're here for,
sure,
why we need to get it done, and so what can she offer?
What are you here for?
Assist us in
like,
that?
well, I guess give me the bullet points, and I can kind of work it from there for you. Like, what is the group as a group? What are you here for?
I'm here looking for Pyer.
All right.
I mean-
What is everybody else here for?
Our
Does anyone
leads,
else have?
our leads have taken us here looking for Pyer. I think Agrun is personally looking for Oliver
Okay.
to.
And did you know Oliver outside of the investigation you're doing in that city, or was that
That's what at least Agrun and Kasich inferred, because I think we'd actually, I don't know if we had talked to them, but we know that Pyer had talked to Oliver about Sky Marshal Duval, and we did know that he was under Duval's tutelage.
Okay.
So,
And that's the gentleman
Duval-
you guys burned up.
yeah, so I mean, if Duval got corrupted,
Is
and now
Oliver
we've got
correct?
this Ponce
Yep.
that
So
has disappeared
we're
around
gonna-
the same time as our.
we're gonna do a conversation
Inquisitor.
victory point condition. She has, for those who've never done this before, when you do the conversation with victory point, success is 1 point, critical is 2, similar to the ship combat thing we just watched. But each person, when you're talking with them, they have different DCs, and if you study them and find out what DC or what they like, it's easier to converse with them and win them over to get information. This is just going to be a simple 6 point, not a lot. So either 3 crits or a couple of questions to kind of push them in the right direction. Or if you have any form of like evidence or things that you could put on the table, I may even give you a point for that right out of the gate. If you want to swing we're an Inquisitor, you're going to do what we want, you can do it. You'll get a point, but DCs will go up. So basically, fight back. She doesn't like being fucking bossed around.
Sure.
I see a hand raised. What's your question?
Okay, so here's the thing: is Morel is not necessarily going to be like, I'm here because they're here. That is my main motivation. I'm just making sure nobody gets into too much trouble.
Sure.
But before I took this job, I did work as a barkeep, so I know a thing or two about spirits, not like the spirits, but the other kind that you drink. I do have lore alcohol in conjunction with diplomacy, and
You and Lysynthia would get along great.
with a little bit of a religious background from a cleric dedication. I've also got some knowledge religion in here. I'm wondering if there's something I can do with this combination. Maybe offer some sort of liquor, because God knows I have too many flasks on my person anyways.
I'm assuming you distill your own shit and collect. Is that what we're getting at here?
Absolutely.
All right. So if you distill and
So-
collect, okay, I'm with you. If you want to say you have something on you, I would not be opposed to that. Let me pull our activity feed for Stream Loot cards. I think, if I remember correctly, someone just played. Trickster played a Drowning Sorrow, so boy, you guys have another legendary. Let me look for cards. I think you guys have a card for I Know a Person. So if you would like to play, I think is it called I Know? It's something like that, right? I Know something? It's not called I Know. What is it called? God, it's been so long since I've played this.
It's like
thought
a
it was on-
contact or something.
Yeah, it's something contact. That's right. Contact. That's right. If you'd like to use a contact card, I'd say you would know them and you'd have the liquor on you when you got off the ship. EFP contact. that's what it's
Absolutely.
called.
Yep.
So here's my question.
And I'm not going to even.
Plus 1, 2, 3, or 4. Each one's a card. How much do you want? We have a total of 23 of these cards. If you use 4, you'll get a plus 4.
Oh gosh. Is anybody opposed to a +4 there, or
I mean, you might as well.
we've got over 20?
You might as well use
Yeah,
them.
let's
Use them
do
up. Cards are always
Absolutely.
meant to be
For it.
used, not saved. This is not. Don't save them. Blow them. Oh wait, that sounds filthy.
That sounds bad.
Don't
Spend them if you got them.
spend them if you got 'em.
There you go.
So yeah, if you'd like to do that, would you like to use alcohol lore for your check? Then is that what you want to do?
I absolutely would, and what I would like to do is just take out one of the flasks and just pour a little bit and slide it over. Just give her a little nod in good faith.
Okay.
So
like kind of
and just hope that
catering to her as a
it's-
hand of water.
Absolutely.
All right. And give me your roll with a +4.
Oh, Lord. Okay, come on. 24.
Oh, that is high enough. So that gets you one
Okay.
VC towards it. She says, thank you. What do you pour her? What type of spirit is it? Make it up. Is it like an actual spirit that's distilled with something else? Like, what are you doing?
I would say this is a kind of liquor that is very rare because of the high water content of it, while still keeping alcohol potency in there. So it's distilled from like it's older, like
Pre-sundering? Are we talking like
yeah,
over
pre-sundering,
80?
yeah.
80? What are we at? 58
Yep.
years? That's
Yep.
old. So this is like a rum turned whiskey or scotch.
Yep.
Okay. I'm fine with that. She goes, well, thank you.
It's just Angel's Envy.
Angel's
Sorry.
Envy? You're an asshole if it's Angel's Envy. So you pour some for her, and she takes a smell and takes a sip, and she's like, listen, I'll happy to answer anything I can about the people you're questioning. Do you mind if I grab some extra books to bring down? I have historical records of Merrifield since we've been here. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Do you need any help carrying them down? I'd be happy to give you a hand.
It'll be easier for me just to find him. I'll lower him down. And she goes up top. She puts him in like a dumbwaiter system and lowers him down instead of climbing up and down the ladder with him. She brings him to the table. Is there anything you want to discuss when she's not in earshot as a group before we dive in? You already got one of your 6 points towards getting her to comply. Is there anything you don't want her to hear that you're talking about right now?
I'm just going to pull out another flask and hand it over to the other two.
Okay. So you pull out, well, you just pour some more shots for everybody. I feel like I should have my horn shot glass out right now.
Same.
Intermission. So, yeah, I know. So if there's nothing else,
Glass.
she'll come down. She'll bring the stuff to the table, and she will start talking with the group. She says, well, you asked about a couple people. First off, you asked about Pyer. I know the Inquisitor. I know of him. And correct me if I'm wrong, you all passed through here before Agron, before going to the city and burning it to the ground. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Agron, you stayed here for a while, according to my notes. Do you have a home in Merrifield while it's gone? Or did you just stay at the Grey Lotus? I noticed you spent time there. As she starts pulling up, like, notes on you. And then, like, the little tiny abridged notes below, it just says from Nora, and it has, like, a bunch of fucking notes.
Damn it, Nora. Betrayed by my own PC.
No, remember, they went into Nora's fucking shop and took all the stuff out, so they were trying to find you guys. So she has
That's
notes.
What I mean, though. That's what I mean, though. Nora taking notes on everybody.
yeah.
Betrayed by my own PC.
Oh, yeah.
Agron would say...
Batman taking notes on how to take out other superheroes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
I have a plan for every one of you.
I did spend some time at the Grey Lotus while I was here.
We've improved it. When it comes back, you should be very happy. There's a lot that's been added. But Pyer did not stay here, correct?
No.
And remember, when you take your masks off as retinue, you do not remember anything while you were wearing the mask for safety purposes.
Right.
So when you take your mask off as a retinue or an Inquisitor, well, they believe Inquisitors. That's not 100% true. But as retinue, you take it off and you don't remember anything. So if you get, like, interrogated, investigated, any of that kind of shit, you don't know.
Right.
But when you're wearing it, all those memories come back. Actually, every time you put the mask on, you make a fucking will save every time you put the mask on. So she says, here's what I know about Pyer. I know that part of the group that operates out of Merrifield, the heroes here of Merrifield, they have dealt with Pyer. I don't know at what capacity. My notes only say that they do know of Pyer. It doesn't seem like any hostile notes are here. And she turns the book around and slides one of the blue, like, jean-covered journals over and says, my understanding is that he was friends with them. It took a little time, but they're close. And slides over one of the notebooks from Nora that's just about Pyer.
Damn it, Nora. So I'm gonna skim through and just see, like, what the timeline is.
Cool, you got a +4 to your roll.
Okay.
Why? Because Nora takes good notes.
What would I be? What would I roll? Would be like a perception to see the dates that
I
line
would
up,
say
or would it be
perception is
something different?
to search through things and read things, unless you have like law or anything along those lines. But perception is sense, motive, and read. This probably makes the most sense.
Yeah, I do have legal lore, but I'll go with perception.
Legal
to
lore will
flip
make the
through
DC lower because it's way more on track.
Yeah. Okay.
So like
I'll do
you're
legal.
level 7, right?
Yeah.
So normally, because I'm doing the average level stuff for this is 6 is a 22 for level 6. I'll make the DC an 18 if you want to use legal lore.
Okay. I'll do legal lore then, because that'll be a.
While you're doing that, who in the audience, you have patches. Don't forget to apply patches if people want to roll. Because if we use a patch, they don't have to roll 2d6 to hurt themselves.
So, I got.
He's like, I got one right here. So I don't have to fuck myself up.
I got
Can't
20.
see where I put it though. Okay.
You're inside, it's dark. You can take your shades off if you'd like. It's dark in here.
No, because they're magical and I need them for other purposes.
Other purposes.
Okay.
I got a 27 on my legal lore.
All right, the notes are pretty clear. That is not a crit, though, because you need a 28. But they're pretty clear, yeah. Pyer did not like them to begin with, but they are pretty close friends now, and they do work together, which leads that maybe he's alive? Okay. My question to Kelly would be, at any point in time, would there be any leading stuff that Pyer is dead? And in a journal that was this easy for them to get?
No.
I didn't think so. So It just looks like they're friends. It's kind of about his personality, how hostile he was towards Voss for a while, towards Oliver. Him and Oliver still aren't on great terms, and that Pyer could still be alive, which would be weird. That means he's working with them, or at least friendly enough to be on good terms with them.
Right. But still. Friction.
So
with our missing pawns. Okay.
With that, she's pretty good. You read over it. Is there anything you want to ask? Pry, use diplomacy, anything to further your 6 points that you need towards her? Because that was more you just learning from the journal.
Right. So I'm actually going to use.
And spells and stuff are allowed. Like you can use spells, shit like that. Like that's totally fine as well.
Yeah, I don't have anything for that, but I am going to use diplomacy because as I look through the records, and knowing that she is an ambiter, she may know something that we don't.
Okay.
So I guess I'm just going to kind of lead with that, with diplomacy, and say, well, we were sent to find Inquisitor Pyer because he is not checked in. Has he been checking in with you? Because this timeline from this Inspector Tenwick says that he has been in contact with them after he disappeared from service.
I have not seen Pyer in person. God, I'm trying to think if Tilda ever saw him. I don't think Tilda's ever saw him.
No, I don't think so, because I think we were trying to keep that under wraps because we didn't want her to be like, oh, look, you killed an Inquisitor.
She would say,
what are you doing with him?
She would say this. I know that when we were on the Whisper, that they did have conversations with them. What skill are you using to do this?
I'm using diplomacy because I'm...
Give me a diplomacy roll. You guys have it pride or negatively?
Could I chime in with a few things about that we'd all know about Pyer, like what kind of habits he may have, just to do an assist on this roll?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a diplomacy. You need a 20 to assist.
I'm going to use a patch because that was a 1.
I assist. It's not
a
crit success, but it's a success. 20.
Oh, I got natural 20.
God damn it.
May I pour another shot to assist as well? Or with
she got a natural 20, ain't worth it.
I got a natural 20. I went from a 1 to a 20.
So
thank you, Dispel Dice.
20 is 2 more.
Shots.
She goes, well, look, this is gonna sound pretty normal in our world, but they would speak to him and I couldn't see him in the room. But then when I would reach into the ethereal to view maybe if there's a ghost or a spirit in the room that needed to be fettered, I couldn't see him either. So they were either using magics to speak to him long distance. I didn't check that too thoroughly. But I caught Oliver numerous times having a conversation. And then after a while, Oliver wasn't speaking with them anymore. And only the Volg was, Voss. And they spoke a lot. I don't know why. I don't have an answer to that. But there must be a magical something going on between them. And he's not a siren, so it's not like he's throwing his voice to him. I would say he's the gentleman you'd want to speak to know about Pyer. That's all I really know about him. But Oliver, what can I say about the man? He was kind. Made a lot of mistakes. And that's really all I would like to say about him without making his name distasteful. Unless anyone wants to pry on that, that's what he's giving. That's what she's giving on it. Tilda does. And she reaches down and she grabs some more water and pours it and rips off a hunk of bread and grabs another book and slides over and sets it down. And it has the red and black shield with the scales for Oliver's family on it.
Immediately gonna pry.
Okay, well, would you like to use the pry? What skill?
I'll go ahead and use...
Fucking trickster. He was kind of made mistakes.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and use diplomacy. And I'm gonna go ahead and seeing that she's going for water, I'll go ahead and pour again, like, you know, a gesture of good faith.
Sure.
Gesture of true faith. Hey, sorry.
Hello.
Can't help yourself.
So sorry.
You
And I'm just gonna go. Well, that sounds. It seems like there's something that you don't necessarily want to talk about. I can assure you, ma'am, this is a completely safe space, closed doors. We can talk about the character that you see, especially if it's what?
She starts to giggle a little bit, like, this is a safe place, and she's like, yeah, it's my temple. I know it's safe.
Oh, well.
like, no shit, Sherlock. So patching it. All right, that's another patch. I'm just marking patches here. All right, there you go, Mar. Okay.
That was only a 16. Wait. Wait. I can't do math. It was an 18. Okay. 9 plus 9 is 18.
So, 18 is not very good. Does anyone want to assist her on her prying? It's not a critical failure. There won't be any penalties. You just won't get anything from the pry. And if you fail at a skill check that you're using, the next skill check that's made until you succeed goes up. It gets harder because you're going down the same venue. You know what I mean?
He used diplomacy again, I think.
Yep. I have a base number, and they fluctuate up and down based on how well you're doing.
All right, I will attempt to assist, kind of lead ask some leading questions along the same line, just hopefully steer us out of this not good check. Can
I get a
30,
D8 from the audience? 30, would you say?
31, so that's should be a crit success.
Well, or you're assisting her, so what does that give her a bonus of?
Okay. I'm only trained. Aiding is
maybe a +2.
+2. You get your train because you crit. You get your total bonus, right? You get
Well,
your
if you
train
crit,
bonus if you crit. She
you
gets
get your
+2.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she has +2.
Okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see here.
As I use this, I should just have a tab open with it at all times.
She goes, that's enough to get it, though. The +2 is what you need. She kind of looks at you and, like, gets ready to, like, kind of mouth off a little bit. Like, it's my temple, but listen. It's the day of freedom. Everyone has the right to talk about whatever you want. And for those who are new to the set piece, Thursday is the day of freedom. I would like to say this. I don't think Oliver really followed the true faith. I think he operated outside of outside of our ways. And I speak about it in freely. He, I think, believed in the true faith. I believe he saw a lot of help of what it was. But I do think he is following one of the courts of the Fae. There's a war going on between the summer and the night. And those two courts at war mean that our world is in jeopardy and our realm is in jeopardy. And Oliver went, like I said, he is a man who makes mistakes. He went to fix this mistake that is unfortunately tied to him. You've read the words on him and his mother. He is apparently some important prince or something to the court. And she is a liaison between the court of Summer and here. From what I understand, he went and did not come back. And I don't know, I don't go to that realm. I don't know how the Never is waging war. But if he didn't come back to see his friends, my guess is it is not going well for him. So let's lean heavier towards the Oliver is a mistake part of our conversation. I think he always means well at heart. He's just very young in spirit. And she's trying her best to like not slander him because he was super nice to Tilda. She's like, so if Oliver knows Pyer, I don't think it would be in a harmful way. But that isn't to say he didn't make a mistake and somehow get Pyer in trouble. Killed him.
Right.
Straight up murder.
Straight up murder now. Oh, god damn it, you puns. Fucking... I almost made me sing the song. It's all your fault.
You singing. DMCA strike because you sang a song.
No, singing doesn't do it. You can sing your own shit. Thank you very much. But she believes that they were friends. I would, if I were you, I would maybe seek out his brother who currently owns the Whisper. Was his brother's name Edgar or Edward?
Edward.
He hated Edgar. That's right. Edward. He docks here at the air tower. The air tower's, she points out, a window out towards the edge of town. He docks there quite frequently. I don't see it now, but you could probably ask them when they'll be in town, or you could send some other people from the Iron Thorn. I would be honest. I would send Mar here, the Hand of Water. It's going to seem a little less intimidating if you send her.
I think I look fine. Is what I say. Like,
damn, that's
kind
how
of
I get
joking
my
a little
best
bit.
work.
Like there's a little joking tone in Edgar's voice. Like I think I look perfectly acceptable.
I mean, she's still a retinue. Like,
yeah,
but she has the Hand of Water. Because isn't yours the Hand of Water with the fire in the center of it or something like that? Like she has a different symbol, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. But she's wearing a mask because she's retinue. They know. They're just may not think they're going to get incinerated upon answering the wrong fucking question.
So, I guess, I mean, if no one else has anything to mention, I'm going to ask a little bit more about this timeline.
Okay.
Since she gave me this book. So I'm looking through this book. I see that Pyer was mentioned as talking to them or working with them or whatever.
Yep.
While he disappeared. I gave that book back to the Ambiter, but I say, so did Inquisitor Pyer know that they were working together? Because Pyer was sent to try and find Pyer, and now and they disappeared as well. So we're actually looking for two of them. Was Pyer perhaps working with the heroes of Merrifield as well?
She leans in and she says, "I'm sorry, there's two Inquisitors missing." Two?
I mean, yes. Like, do I need to make like I look? Well, I don't actually. I don't answer. I don't answer. I look at her and then I look at Halstrom again.
She stands up and walks over to one of the shelves and she places her hand on one of like the metal emblems that are there, and she heats one and puts her hand up on the other and puts water and fills like the inside of it, so there's like water behind glass, and she pushes the bookshelf back, and she walks into this. It's black where she walks into. She's like, "Follow me." I'm gonna give you a point for mentoring both Inquisitors, putting you at 4 of 6.
Okay.
No roll required, just evidence. And it walks in, and there's a stairwell that spirals down, and it's a really tight fit. And she does not put light on or anything like that. It is pitch black walking down. Do you guys light any light? Can you see in the dark? Do you pull a lantern out? Is anyone carrying a war lantern, for fuck's sake?
Dark vision.
Okay.
Dark vision.
Okay. Todd, do you have dark vision as an oracle?
No.
So
Not
you
a
light
lowly human here.
Do you light a lantern?
And
Just-
sunglasses.
I'll
And
just
sunglasses.
tap the tip of my staff and.
Oh, you have a
cast light.
staff. What does your staff look like? I didn't even know you had one.
Oh, it's a kind of short staff. It's more of like it's not quite
A
as short as
rod?
a walking cane, but it's a little longer than a walking cane,
Okay.
and it's got the hand of fire
Mm-hmm.
on each end of it, just sort of
Oh, okay.
opposite.
So when you who's
It's
going
magic,
down
but
first?
that's a secret tool that'll help us later.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna get fucked on that one. So what? Walking down. Who's going down first? Is the order when it could be dangerous? I'm assuming Agrun usually takes point.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
isn't dangerous. Like, at least it fucking shouldn't be. There's only 13 ambiters in Grad, or I shouldn't say in Grad, in the True Faith. There's 13. Tilda is one of them. The next person up is the True Father.
I think I would bring up the rear in case anything were to come in from behind.
Okay. So when you make
Because
your way
it's
down, the
negotiated
door,
from after game.
the wall slides into place and slides in, and a water barrier fills behind the wall. And you can see it like it's running water behind glass.
That's ostentatious in a world where water is so rare.
Not
It's
if you're a
like,
hand of water
really?
and you can make that shit.
I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
So she.
But if this was just some rich guy, I'd be like, okay, well, we're gonna.
Does
eat you
Agrun have
because
crafting?
This is disgusting.
Are you trained
No,
in
I don't.
craft?
Well, I can make a roll. I can roll and roll as if I was trained.
Yeah, give me a roll. Or what's your take 10? Actually, you don't even have to roll. What's take 10?
17.
You're guessing, like dumbwaiters, she has this temple set up to be water weighted so that the hands of water can open and close doors and add extra strength behind. Like if you were to pry this door open, it'd be a much higher check.
Okay.
When you get down towards the bottom, you guys hear her as a group running water. She touches one other panel on a wall, and fire lights up around the edge. And this looks like a wading pool that you would like walk down into. But you walk down, and there's like a, I don't know, like maybe 5 inches of water. She kind of pulls up the ambiter robes so that they're not draping in the water and ties them off on her belt. And she kneels down in the water. It's like a pedestal that goes out. And then the rest of the water is deep. Now, you've seen other Hand of Water do this, Mar. You know that this is a scrying pool. They're rare. Making this much water is difficult. But an ambiter would be a person who would have something like this. And she kneels down. She says, look, if I can help find them, I have not looked hard for them. I did not know they were missing. If I can help find them, you have to promise me that you will not just burn down whatever you find. As an ambiter, I'm asking you to speak to them. You want to bring them in cuffs or manacles or whatever, that is fine. But the heroes of Merrifield are not bad people. And if somehow Oliver was involved, I don't know how close he is with that group anymore, but I hate for you to jump to conclusions. And she turns around and like gives the Inquisitor like the eye, because I know jumping to conclusions is what you're trained to do. I know that. Please do not. Do I have your word?
You have my word. It won't come to that if it's not pressed.
Okay, so out of as a GM, I'm gonna ask you: are you lying? Will you just burn him up when you find him? You don't give a shit.
Oh, no. If he resists, he's toast. If
Okay.
he will come with us, I'll take him
She's
alive.
saying even in resisting that you will take them in alive.
She clearly is fond of this guy, and I think that's clouding her judgment. I'm not going to say that to her because I don't know where
Then I'm gonna need.
ambassadors and inquisitors lie.
Well,
on the
right now
hierarchy.
you are basically. Normally she would be above you, but because you're on a job to find inquisitors, the word comes technically from the True Father. So your jurisdiction brings you above her in this. Like, would you harm her and bring her in? She'd have to do something horrible. No. But can you tell her, I'm going to do my job and this is how it's going to be if you like it or not? Sure. I'll just tell you that that may not go over well with her. So are you lying?
Save my... No, I'll save my intimidation tactics for the enemy, usually. I know that the kinder we are to her, the kinder she'll be to us and be more cooperative. So I think I'm gonna kind of not sweet talk her. Not he's not like that at all. But he would. I want to keep on her good side so that she keeps giving us the information we require. So I'll say I will do everything in my power to restrain the flame.
Give me a diplomacy roll if you'd like to count this towards your 6.
Diplomancy.
You're at 4. Other people can aid if they would like. Only one person can give a bonus, but if somebody wants to aid, they can.
Diplomacy is what I do second best.
It has to be over a 10.
Oh, yeah.
20.
Oh yeah.
Has to be a 20 or higher.
28.
Okay. Did you assist? What did you get with your roll, Mar?
Oh, absolutely not.
Did you critically fail?
I got a 10.
Okay, so
Total.
you did not critically fail. You were 1 away
No,
from critically fail.
No, she did.
Oh, it is a critical fail
'Cause
because
it's
it's
10
10
away.
less.
You could
Oh.
reroll. Villain point.
Yeah, use a villain point. Take yourself 2d6 of damage. You ready?
You know what? YOLO.
Unless the audience wants to give you a patch.
No, don't make me talk you into anything.
Oh, no. I'm because if you do this, all the DCs are going to go up because that's bad. She critically failed.
That was a 20. So
Are you using are you take? Oh no, I'm rolling your damage, girl. That's not how this goes.
Oh, okay, yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Give me that dammy.
10 points of damage.
That's what I rolled too.
Oh, all right, well then never mind. For people who just
that's
joined,
like a nosebleed behind the mask.
they get 3 villain points. Each one does 2d6 points of damage when they use it. Basically, they're like asking the faith for assistance, and you get it's kind of like martyring yourself a little bit. So, with that, 20 is
self-flagellation,
self-burnination. Oh, I just realized that card is super small. Let me fix that. I don't like that being small.
It's a bit of card.
It's a bit of card. I don't want that to be the card.
Because it's not a lot of emotional hit points. That's why.
No, yeah, right, yes.
It's just 1.
So with that, that'll give you 1 more. You're not at 6 yet, and she begins the scry, and she asks, "Who do you want? Do you want me to find Pyer, or do you want me to find Briar with the scrying?" So, because on 5, she's willing to assist you with one of these. On 6, she'll give you a lot more info when you get her up to 6. But right now, she's willing to help you find 1.
I think we should. I mean, I would beeline it straight for Pyer. That's what I would say. That's our goal.
I'm assuming that's
so-
who Agrun would want too.
Well, right. So yeah, Agrun is like, I don't want to say she doesn't care about Briar, but she doesn't care about Briar because Briar's not
Totally
her
fair.
Inquisitor.
Totally fair.
So
she takes that, she pulls out a metal water canteen, and she dumps a spirit into the water. As she dumps the spirit into the water, it swirls around and a face comes up, and she speaks to it in Hallow. Do any of you speak Hallow? Is that smile a yes? A no?
I don't think I do. I'm just double checking. I do.
God damn. Okay, so you speak
My
it.
bad.
Does Mar speak
yes.
it? Mar speaks it?
I did not enter my languages on this sheet, but I remember because of barkeep something about lots of language.
You might have to go look. All the languages are in the Ethauntia doc. So just grab some. Hallow is a very common one because spirits are everywhere. So if you have Hallow, that's totally acceptable. Does the Inquisitor have it?
No, but I will burn a 3rd level spell for comprehend languages, so I can both speak and understand Hallow.
Okay. She leans in and says, please find Inquisitor Pyer. Bring the information back to me. Do not speak it aloud. And she sends the spirit away. When she's scrying, the pool goes like a bright luminescent blue, and then it fades to black. When a fire forms in the middle of it and spouts out of the actual pool of water and burns. She clasps her hands over it and like starts wafting it in, and she sucks the fire down. With it, you see the spirit come in as well. She turns around, her eyes turn white, and she starts speaking in the spirit's voice in Hallow. So thankfully you made it so you can understand what they're saying. It says Inquisitor Pyer is currently in the... What would it be? Is currently in a frozen waste in a city of white paint and battered shutters. There is a town symbol that says something on the move. I can't read it all. There is snow that covers it. It is very cold. People are bundled. Fires get extinguished constantly. Pyer cannot be seen, but I can hear him in the ethereal. When the voice fades away. It's as if they're talking about Merrifield. Merrifield is a city on the move. It could be somewhere cold. Now that doesn't make a lot of sense because the ethereal doesn't have actual weather.
Okay.
It has some weather, but not actual weather. So, I don't know what to say, other than this is obviously... It's obviously close enough to people are in the cold. They could be in the mountains. I can scry this location now that I've seen it, giving us a chance to maybe see where they are.
Any way that would help narrow down besides somewhere with snow?
The problem is this. Scrying is a small location around the individual scried. I could try to scry maybe the mayor or his assistant, and that would give us an idea, and I could send a message to them asking where they are. I could speak to them. But they're not going to know if Pyer's there.
Could you scry on Voss?
No. I have tried many a time.
Huh.
Pesky wizards.
Pesky wizards, and he is the director of Expanse. So his reach for magical items is much further than others. I can scry on anyone from Merrifield and speak to them, but the only people I think that would have a chance of knowing where Pyer is one of the heroes of Merrifield. That's my guess. And she kind of spins around, kneeling in the water still. And she brings the water up and kind of washes her eyes away a little bit. Is there anything else I can answer for you? You're at 5 of 6 victory point condition. Is there any other skill you'd like to use? You've not failed any of your rolls, so you haven't increased the DC for diplomacy. If you try different skills, you may learn different things.
Let me see.
If you want to pull the religion card, if you want to pull the intimidation to close it out, if you... any of that kind of stuff.
I think that Morella would probably try to do some religion. Allie is not very religion savvy.
I mean,
but I feel like with the cleric dedication and hand of water to hand of water, she would again try to make kind of just take a little bonding moment.
Okay.
Maybe just shrug. That was a 26.
Anyone assisting her in religion with the 26?
Sure. I will pinpoint certain phrases and sayings that would help.
So what are you trying to get out of her, Mar, with religion?
I guess maybe anything else that you said that scrying is kind of a protected practice, basically.
Yeah, it is very protected. Not everyone can do it. It isn't the most common thing.
So maybe looking into the method she used, the spirit she made contact, and keeping in mind that she was speaking in Hollowed, to kind of put the dots together about, I don't know, where these messengers could have connected. Religion is Allie's worst thing.
I mean, it's not my problem that it's your worst thing.
I know, I'm trying really hard though.
What did you get, Todd, total?
I rolled a natural 20 to assist.
What's that give her a bonus of?
+2. I'm only an expert.
All right, 28. It does give you the one
Next
more.
level.
Gives you the one more. And she stands up out of the water and she says, look, I work for the True Faith, obviously. I took up the mantle of being an ambassador. There's 13 of us. Someone stepped down for me to take it. I'm the first ambassador to be able to control two different elements. I work for both the Hand of Fire and the Hand of Water. As the Hand of Water, I'm telling you, you need to be caring about this. We can't... The heroes give... Look, they give people who pass a resting place. Something that we, as a True Faith, strive to do constantly. I can tell you that the city moves because the heroes of Merrifield will it. I can't tell you how it works. They have not shared that with me. I have not pried. They have never done anything to harm the city, only to help them. What I can tell you is that if you were to speak to any of them about where Pyer would be, and you can get either Nora or Everston to speak about it, those are your best bets. Nora knows everything. It's where most of my notes have come from. And Everston has a strong tie to the city. So does his family. The estate is owned by them, that the city was built back up around. The spirits that are there are very powerful, and I believe them to be relatives of Everston's. Sir Thomas is different. He walks around with an emerald core, and he has a lantern of some form that is attached or embedded in his chest cavity. Almost like a light for miners, but it's different. I should show you something. It may help make this a little clearer. Would you mind following me into the center of the town?
Absolutely.
Is there anyone else you wish me to scry before we leave here also? I'd be willing to help. And she'll give you another scry if you want. If there's someone else you would like her to scry. Well, the pool is...
Do we want to check on Pyer?
Yeah, I mean, because as far as we know, he's still out there. He may be helping.
So, what do you as players remember about Pyer?
Okay, so I remember that...
I don't know.
I remember that he was also killed.
Correct. Also murdered. Correct.
Also, the site... Pyer was killed by Oliver. Pyer was killed when Nora tried to save Merrifield by grabbing the lantern and pulling it from the tree.
Correct.
Then, because he came back and was threatening us, Voss tried to bind him in a reliquary.
Correct.
I think he tried to bind him in this. No, he tried to bind him in the staff first,
Mm-hmm.
but then Pyer kicked him out because Pyer was bound to the staff first. So then I think Pyer was then bound to a relic, and last I remember, unless Voss specified that he took it out, it was stored in the
Whisper.
chest that we had on the Whisper.
Correct. So she goes to scry it. It's a long string. I had to go look it up because I couldn't remember where he placed it.
Well, this is me just remembering off the top of my head.
Yeah, well, I remembered everything but where it was because I thought he stored it in the vault on the Whisper.
Yeah, I thought he stored it on the vault in the Whisper. And
But that's
what I'm
not
saying,
true.
unless...
He has it in a chest on the Whisper. He did not put it in the vault and fear that the Inquisitor would be able to do something while he was in the vault.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
he
yeah.
left
okay,
him in a hand, basically an Inquisitor hand is what he's bound.
Yeah.
With. So she scries, and it is black, the whole pool, and then it explodes in fire and fills the room. And Inquisitor Pyer shows up. Normally, scrying is everyone can see it. This is making like a manifestation of him. The voice is muddled and muted, and you can kind of see his mouth move, but you can't hear anything. With that, if anyone has the ability to read lips, has the feet for it, or anything along those lines, you can use that. If not, you need to make a perception roll, and this is a very difficult DC to make, to read what he is saying.
Okay, well, this character does not have read lips.
No.
At all.
No.
She
Otherwise,
does
just
speak
perception checks for
Ignan.
everybody. Ignan does make it easier. If you have Ignan.
Yeah, so I will roll perception to see if I can figure out.
Guess who has Ignan?
I would hope both the hands of fire do. I would hope you took it. The hand of water, maybe not, but
Get it. I get it as a flame orb.
so give me perception checks for those who speak Ignan. If you don't speak Ignan, you can make a perception as well, but it's higher, and you're basically just memorizing words that you don't understand. Like mouth movements, which is a bitch. If you mouth movements in another language, don't mean shit to you.
Not great. I got a 19.
Okay.
Roll real quick.
My question would be then if you would like to spend a villain point. Or if somebody in the audience wants to hand patches out.
I got a 21.
Okay. Are you comfortable with those?
I mean,
I'll spend a villain point.
All right, villain point.
I'm gonna stand on mine just because.
Only 6 points.
that was an 11 on the die, so
Okay.
I don't want to roll again and then go bad.
There's only one serving hands, AW.
Wait, I forgot it's on the screen.
So what you
Oh no, I don't have it.
what you got? What's your new check?
Reroll. A little higher, a little better. It's 25.
Okay, that is high enough. He says that he is trapped on the Whisper. Burn it to the ground. That is
Easy enough.
That is, he says. The Ambiter turns around. I need to roll a check for the Ambiter. Okay. She turns around. She says, I know I cannot direct order you in this situation, but do not burn the Whisper to the ground. There are a lot of good people on that vessel. Do not do that. If you do, I will make sure there's problems. That is a promise. Not a threat. Do not burn the Whisper to the ground. That crew is not the same crew that used to be there. This man is trapped somewhere. And she puts her hand over the water, and the pool drains out. And it's just like a pit of brick. And it has a bunch of runes and glyphs in it. And she steps forward to start walking by you to go back upstairs, unless anyone stops her. Let's go to the city.
So when he appeared,
Mm-hmm.
and everything was muffled or anything, did we see like anything that would be keeping him there?
Blackness around him, which usually means you're fettered.
Okay.
Not always. I mean, you could just be in a dark prison room or something like that, but he looks like he's probably fettered somewhere or bound somewhere or prisoned somewhere. That's usually what it means when there's darkness. Or you're in the tides. But for an Inquisitor to be in the tides and not have light would be a little weird.
Right, and the fact that he said he's on the Whisper, and if the Whisper's docked, then
You
it's
got
obviously
it.
not in the tides.
You got
So,
You're 100% got it.
all right.
So she wants to walk by. Unless you're resisting, I'm assuming you make space, and she walks by and says, "Let's go to the city. I will show you what we have." Again, hopefully this helps make more sense.
I will defer to my current Inquisitor.
Because of our history, I respect your request. We'll do our best.
So she walks upstairs, and when she gets up there, she takes her robes off. She puts on a breastplate that has the hand of flame on it and the hand of water surrounding it. She puts on these odd gloves that she has, and she grabs her 6-shooter, a war lantern, a buckler, and she arms up out of like a closet that's in here. And she walks out of the main area of the temple and starts making her way towards the railroad where the gates are. She says, "If you follow me, I'm going to take us to a spot that should help explain some of what's going on. I can't promise that this is going to be the best answers, but it'll be some. When the city isn't here, sometimes there are spirits left behind that manifest. I'm just arming up in case there are any here." So she begins to walk you down to the front gate, right here, next to the railroads. I'm going to take us over to a bigger map. And she tells the guard up top, says, "If you would please open the gates for us, we are going to make our way in. I would like to show them the inside and the pedestal." Earthguard does not question her, opens the gate, and lets you guys go. So walking into the city, it is nothing but dirt. The roads are gone. There's imprints of where houses sit. There's holes where basements are. The entire place is empty, like you uprooted the city and just took it. And she walks down the railroad following tracks, one of the only things that are left intact, all the way up to the curve and around. And she walks across to this green circle on the map. So if you want to move your characters up there, that's where we will be.
I cannot move my character.
Oh, you can't move your characters. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fucking do it. And then I will fix it afterwards. Oh, I can't move your characters either. Well, that was weird. As you make your way up there, she says, "I will answer any questions that I can. I will tell you that what I'm going to show you isn't going to make a lot of sense because it still doesn't make sense to me. if that's okay for you all, then I will, I'll let you look at it, search it, cast any spells you want. The only thing I ask you is please don't disrupt the magics on it, because I don't know what would happen. And
Dispel magic. No.
And yeah, right. And she shows you the pedestal where the lantern would go when the town is either showing back up or if the town is leaving. Anyone who has craft can make a craft check. Because I can actually give you guys some extra answers that probably the Gravelighters don't know.
26 for crafting.
Okay. Anybody else?
Let me take a
Make a check for like a recall knowledge, but it's not going to be great.
Yeah, same.
Todd, does your
20.
character have a character sheet in Roll20, or is it just separate?
Roll 20. Yeah.
What is the character's name that it's under?
Inquisitor Halstrom.
It's Inquisitor. That's what I'm just tying yours to it for it right now. So 20. I got a 1 for crafting. So 20, 26. You said, Allie?
Yes.
And then what was your?
I got
20.
20, and then are you even gonna
I got
attack?
18.
Okay. I'd say the 20 probably assist instead, so that would give a 27. It is a pedestal. It is perfectly made. It is meticulously crafted to a point of you would have a hard time making an object to set in it. It is 5 prongs that come up. There's a centerpiece where a war lantern spike would go in, and it houses it. And there's 2 pieces that sit down on the pedestal that you would pull up and put over top of it to hold it in place, basically locking it so someone couldn't steal it. And it looks like it is exact center of the town. What you all would know at that check that the rest doesn't, because you didn't craft this, Voss manufactured it, is this pedestal goes down and follows ley lines out from here and connects to the wall around the outside edge. And the Emerald Order made ley lines here to make the wall and anchor it here. So that when you put it back in place, it spills out across the ley lines and fills this spot. The ley lines don't exist here, they exist in the ethereal. So they manifest, and then it turns it real. So the whole town is a ghost town, and then it manifests it into the material realm.
Oh, wow.
If you were to dispel this, what I will tell you is Merrifield would show up here.
Okay, we'll make them show up. I'll talk to Everson. You talk to Egrin. You talk to Tenwick.
Okay.
And
I'll just turn my camera off and go make food. Is there
and
no
Jax,
reason for me to be
you keep their witch at bay.
So
Right.
that is what you would know from this, which is it's pretty big, to be honest. So what would you like to do?
This is definitely something we should look into for the true faith. Imagine bringing in City of the Faith anywhere we need to go.
I mean, it's not
That
wrong.
would be
Make them change costumes
glorious.
for each character. Well, she's already wearing the Tenwick shirt.
I am. Be gay, solve crimes.
So Tilda turns around and says, they are the reason the city has been rebuilt. They are the reason that everything is good here. They are the reason that Merrifield is Merrifield. So now that we're away from all prying ears, I'm going to call upon the 4th finger of the Ambiter, and I'm going to put you into a vow of secrecy. They are not human. They're not any ancestry that I know of. This group, I believe to be what the old world would call Reapers. We have no purgatory. The world has none. We have nowhere to put it. We have to fetter every spirit we find into objects of passing. We have special days set up. The true faith literally had to build an all-new religion around the concept of having nowhere to go. This group somehow has a connection to purgatory. And she pulls out a journal and hands it to you. Inquisitor, this is all the notes that I have taken on their actions for the last few years that I have known them. I'm sharing it with you in secrecy. It is something that the other ambiters have knowledge on, but no one below them does. So this knowledge you have should not pass below ambiter level. And she gives you the history of the Gravelighters up to a DC 18. The knowledge that Everston has is like a 24. An 18 is still pretty good. It's like, yeah, they have lanterns. They're tied to another plane. They can fetter spirits in and give them a purgatory. And she says, I have a theory that purgatory exists, but it's only within these lanterns. And she turns and points to the big fucking hole in the ground and all the little holes where Everston's manor would be. And she says, in the depths of that place, there is a single room that does not leave with Merrifield. And I think somehow these two things are tied. And when the Emerald Order and the Director of Expanse built this wall and the ability to move Merrifield, I think somehow that room is tied to it.
That room, is it accessible?
Look, I mean, it's about 30, 40 foot down. It is covered. It is metal. And I have not found a way in it, but I will be honest, I have not tampered with it too much. Because this is stuff beyond anything I know. And I will say, being just on the site, past the gate, is one of the most uncomfortable places I've ever been. I feel like I am being watched with every single footstep. So, if you want to go there, that is up to you. But I think instead you're better speaking to the Whisperer as you see it flying into port. Remember what I said. Do not burn it down. I'm going to leave here. I do not want to be privy to whatever it is you do. Wait until I leave the gate before you do anything.
This is best.
Because if you lose an ambiter, you lose your jobs. She walks out. When you hear the gates close, I will ask the group before we go to break, what's the plan?
I really don't care about the room underneath Everston Estate. I care about finding Pyer, which means we need to go talk to the crew of the Whisper and see if we can get our hands on Briar and get information that way. This whole situation is a future problem for other people who are above my pay grade.
Above my pay grade and beyond my sense of wonder.
Yes.
The best line from Gotham, the entire series.
So, Morella definitely, well, I mean, she goes where the group goes, but the Whisper does appear to be a much larger situation right now. However, her concern is basically, if it gets out, if it becomes common knowledge that a place like this exists and that there is a purgatory, then purgatory.
That sounds the best Southern version of purgatory I've ever heard. Purgatory.
Purgatory.
Where you purge the people who come to stay. They're in purgatory.
Yay. So if there is, if it does get out that there is a purgatory and there is a way for us to tap into that, I'm a little concerned about the True Faith's what's the word I'm looking for? Credibility.
That's not wrong.
So that being said, Morella's just gonna reach into her hip flask and take another swig, and I'm just gonna go where they go right now. But
all right. So the retinue are saying two things. Both of them are, leaving it up to the Inquisitor. Inquisitor, what would you like to do?
Oh no, Agrin's not leaving. Like, I mean, she's leaving up to the Inquisitor, but her argument is, I'm sure this is fascinating to people who are not us.
Right.
My concern is finding Pyer and Briar, and if it turns out that this situation here, and like she points to the pedestal and like points to the ground, is responsible for their disappearance,
Okay.
then we flame strike it. But
I mean, you do have a card for that now.
But I would rather not have a newly minted Ambiter upset with us. And I feel like trying to deal with this now is going to take us away from our original mission.
Okay.
I agree. I would rather approach a situation where we will know what will be happening. We can apply our skills normally. I don't need to be digging underground for a secret room that may or may not be a gateway to a mystical realm of Reapers.
I mean,
that's not in our mission objective.
No, it's
No.
not.
No, it's not.
But don't worry, I've had that area planned since season 1. So if you want to go there,
I've had not going there planned since season 1 as well. So let's just stay away from it for now.
you guys have avoided the basement of the Everston Manor, the 2 sub-basements, forever. So then if that's the case, are we going to the Whisper? All right.
Yes.
So as the camera pans from the conversation, looking out over the footprint of what would be Merrifield, as the Whisper pulls into the air tower, the Zeppelin style that it's built, and it's got the big Hastings symbol on the side. The camera slides up to that, following, and kind of cuts as it pans, as your group is in the elevator going up the tower to speak to them. As you make your way up, I'm going to ask the group, are you, 1, putting any spells on yourself before you go in?
Magic is a thing I do. Let me see.
2, are you threatening anyone on the way in? Have you made an appearance? Have you went in saying, Inquisitor's here on business, we're going, take us to the Whisper? Like, are you throwing any shade? Like, doing what Inquisitors do? Or do you just walk in, ignore everyone, and go up? I need to know your approach, kind of, on how you're going to go approach the Whisper. How would you guys want to do that? So that and spells. So think about that during our intermission. I'm going to throw up our intermission. Give us a few minutes, and everybody can get their stream loot cards ready, because I have a feeling, knowing how Inquisitors work, we're going to be 1 Whisper short. So, see you all in a few minutes, and check out the new remastered box that's up, along with the new stream loot cards. Back in a few.
Quick
Oh, it has
question,
numerous
GM.
modes. He clicks it again, and it turns into a 3D environment. But it's like all hard light. You need a good sized room. I recommend something that's like 50 by 50 at the smallest. It's like VR. If you have so tiny of a space, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah. Do you accept apple? I mean, gold. Do you accept gold?
I need a co-pilot.
I'm a dwarf.
Always.
Yeah, of course I accept gold. Apple gold.
Dope. Okay,
Do you have
I think we
gold?
can work with this.
You have gold?
Yeah, a little bit.
Who's this fucking guy?
We have a drain bramaged cinder.
A drain brandaged?
I just know what the screen says, man.
Drain Bramage? Oh, I didn't even realize Todd did that. Oh my
That's why I've been
god.
laughing the entire
You didn't
time.
notice
that? Holy
my
shit.
Todd,
god.
I noticed it.
I
saw
because
you.
it's so small for me on the screen.
A bag and going, oh, that's where that bell is coming from. And just stuffing the chips into his front face.
Is he eating my chips?
Oh,
Are you eating my chips?
so sorry. Leaves the door.
And he like snags them from you. There's like just crumbs in the bottom of the bag. He's like
Thank you,
trying to eat
King
them.
Bashman, for
As-
the tier 1 subs. Well,
He's
we
like,
already do it both.
All the while, looking for an opportunity, as soon as you let your guard down, to strike.
As well, too.
Okay. Give me a smash.
An arrow
All right. I
side
will
played
put
this
that in.
card.
Some ash. That will give me a... no, with the new one, that'll be a 21.
We're going to use one of KJ's smashes because she's played a shit ton. That is enough to hit. What's your damage?
Damn. Oh, plus I got that guy too.
Remember your weapons die is up now as well.
That's right.
This is how it feels to drink crash.
Just fighter things.
Yeah, just fighter. I mean, you're right though. It is actually only fighters that get this shit in PF2. But I'm feeling pretty good still. I'm all right. As long as you don't crit me.
47.
Cool. How much is that crit damage? God damn it.
Got him.
That's all right. My big bag gets to go here.
48.
Trying to get away. She's bleeding like that goldish energy out of her. Especially with that ghoul hitter, like right here.
Grab someone.
Reach out and hug someone.
I'm grabbed, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and that only needs one hand, so I'm using my other hand to pound on her.
Sure.
Just palm her face into the deck.
You want me to trip her?
Black's do it.
Dun, dun, dun. Cool. I'm gonna use my new rare item that we got. As this thing's like really close to us, you see like the chest cavity just kind of like open up, and you see what looks like kind of like almost like a horn come out of it, and you just hear this woo, and as all this noise is coming out, you also, it's almost like an amalgamation of voices, like muffler cakes as your leader, finger guns, hey, I know that one, I need more squid chips, this is grabs, so you have 60 seconds, technically not a milk, and all this stuff is happening. And
what is this?
I need a con save because I'm hitting you with a horn of blasting.
Okay. Sweet. I got a 18.
18.
We are on a train in the game, and we got a hype train. This is a once-in-a-lifetime achievement. I don't think this will ever happen again. Welcome to the true MVP hype train.
Oh my god.
I'm the conductor. Choo-choo, bitch. Hey, Oliver, thanks for leaving. We get hype trains when you're not here.
Oh. Swinging a hit.
Oh.
No, not really. I was hoping Cinder would be here. I am his most dedicated fan. And he goes like this, and it pulls up the display of like all the times he has donated to repairs.
Oh. Well, thank you for your patronage.
Give me a persuasion roll. I'm no disadvantage or anything, just a persuasion roll. Let's just see. They're glued, super fucking strong, and I rolled a 3. He rips the bag in half, and the chips go all over the fucking table, all over the digital paperwork. Kasha's like, don't worry. And he starts scooping them all. He pulls his shirt out and scoops them all into his shirt and starts eating them out of his shirt.
I feel like one of them like flew up and hit the general like in
100%. It like hit him in the face, 100%. And he's like,
100%.
This is yours. And he just passes it across the table. There's no reason for that shit. But yeah, I got my horror piece in the background here. I got my new Merrifield shirt on. For those who haven't seen the new Merrifield shirts. This is the lilac, I think. Bill's in the mail. Yeah, whatever. So let's go top down here. Hey Cameron, I promise I won't delete this VOD because I don't work that way. I'll leave this shit up. Don't worry, buddy. That's for you. Does that mean I'm only gonna be able to give this to him once we're on the ship?
I ain't never been
sure
on
that's
the
what
dog's
it
good
means.
side. Thought of new management? Don't sit right.
All right, everyone, get ready.
Do you extend your leg out and turn it solid like a pod? Because remember, you can.
Yeah, pretty much. And so we're just standing there. All right, everyone, smile.
Okay.
All right. Good.
You just see Azuka in the background chugging some diet.
So if your ass is always like the perpetual blinker, like in the photos, like every shot.
Well, I mean, it's still a video, so after about 5 seconds of that happening, everyone just standing there. Phil goes,
we all relax and we start talking shit.
all right, good. All right. Well, and
Hands on the hips.
just
Hands
goes
on hips.
slowly towards me, and I pick it back up, and it's that weird, like, boomer angle where they look down at their phone. All right, time to get into the frames and onwards.
Now, somewhere in that video, there's probably a good piece. And anything. Oh, what did you get, Adam? What was your damage? How much was it?
I was told there would be cake.
38.
38.
131. 262 damage as you are slashing away, finger guns going. He's pushing himself off the wall, both hands in the air. The first slash cuts off one of the arms as a chainsaw goes across the waist. Cuts him as he bends over. You hook it behind his head and pull it into the blast. Doubling the damage to 262. I had 20 points of shield that I was going to recharge and mega charge for 40 this round, but I didn't get to go. And I have exactly 240 hit points. As you obliterate a hole through the head of Anubis. Arm falls to the ground, and he didn't even get to leave the pit, as there's just a geyser of purple green energy that. You finish that statement. Swing and a hit.
Yes to both. No, we already talked about 2 chains earlier. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
Big
yeah,
anaconda.
it's been. God damn. My anaconda. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just been really great. Not only getting to play with you guys, but getting to know you all and just becoming a part of this community, including you, chat. Like that is just so welcoming and inclusive and just.
Okay, so I got to get to a 24 then, right? Because that means he fails.
Yep.
So that's 5. I'm spending 10 points to do so. Ladles and jelly spoons and everyone in between, this creature banishes from existence.
I'm sorry,
I cast a successful banishment.
I'm sorry. What?
Fuck off back to Grimmer Space. You're never coming back here again.
Without its arm.
I'm sorry, you what?
I cast banishment. I have that now. So, banishment, if we just need a refresher, if the target is nated to a different plane of existence than the one you're currently on, it is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane.
That's a long flight back, man.
Now, what I have to do is end my concentration on haste.
And as this happens, I see how I was supposed to pass.
Oh.
I was reborn as someone else.
Oh.
After a dare to touch an ancient, glitchy figurine.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. The character I rolled, her origin is velocity cursed. She is also an engineer.
Now, because we have this, as we will bring you in, we're going to put up the death version of Kelly. We'll be able to hear you. The rest of the audience won't be able to. I will bring you in shortly. Kelly.
Oh no, she's dead.
You let me know if you are...
Wait, I hit it with a 24 or I missed it with a
24 missed, but technically we'll get it for you at a 25.
Technically then, yes.
Okay. And then would you like to use the power-up weapons? Now you're the one who's first. They just did one on cursed objects for the last podcast. They are fucking amazing. They're local. They're out of Wisconsin. I've been listening to these guys forever. Friends of myself, friends of Kelly's, and if you're not listening to their podcast and you're a gamer, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. No, not real. Well, I don't know who said do too much, Sean or Brett. Wait, does Brett even know how to use Twitch? There's your sass. There you go. Here. Let's do this. We're gonna go one up. We're gonna one up this thing because these guys are solid people. Their Patreon is amazing. When the daylight comes in, silhouettes of part of a fleet that are dead in space. And these creatures are crawling over top of them, their long kind of serpentine bodies devouring the magic that is left on these vessels, these elven ships. And then the Blip Blorp feed has no other videos after that last video.
What are they called? Nope ropes?
No guard for them. That would mean that the voice of the true faith is probably here as well.
Why is there so...
Why, Eric, would the voice of the true faith be here if they have a job to do for speaking for the Father?
Uh-huh.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I didn't say anything else. I just said, uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
Hi, everybody. We're back. Todd, I don't know. You're on this one, too. It's doing the same thing it did with Kelly. You're apparently super important, and you're able to talk on every scene. Except it doesn't actually hear you on this. So maybe it's a lie. Maybe it's an overlay flaw. You guys couldn't just hear Todd, right? Right? Okay, anyway. So, with that said, we're back. And oh yeah, I said I would do this when we were back on screen. Hold on here. Here we go. So, the Hand of Flame. Now, so we left them off going up the tower in Merrifield, up the air tower to speak to people to whisper. There are other ships that are parked here, but not as many as before. But there are a few other ones that do exist here. For those who have been here since season 1, we have been making shit for Merrifield for two and a half seasons. We haven't done it as much this season. Merrifield's filled up and we need some more citizens, but we have a shit ton of airships. And they are all ones made by the audience. So here's the ones that are currently in dock in case it makes any difference for our Inquisitor and retinue. I doubt it will, but just in case. So let me pull up our airships. Right now, we have the rebuilt... So the Silver Spur is here. They are the ones that hunt lycanthropes in the hillsides around this area. The Flying Lyrist is here. That is the third airship to join Merrifield. It's a trade vessel with a small stage for music and performance. Everston served time on here. Their captain is a siren bard. The Diplomatic Hydra is still in the middle of repairs. If you remember, that one crashed and blew up in Dragon's Fire. And then we have the Chute de Baron, which is the Maw of Bears. It's a fur trader, which is Bear the Crusader made. And then the Black Nimbus is here as well, which is an ale distributor for our booze hound in the group. They brew in Brasswall for the Baroness and ship across Ingrad. Bear Crusader made that one as well. Then obviously we have the Whisper. As the group is coming up, I asked them if they cast spells, did anything special, got ready to do anything, any of that kind of stuff before we jump into this. Because I want to know how much of assholes they're going to be. Because they're known for being assholes. That is what an Inquisitor does. So, out of the new cards that are played, so everybody knows, we have the Asylum that got played by Kelly, because she's right, we're going to need it. Emotional HP is damage. For one, people wondering what the emotional HP is for. When you are in verbal combat, you take damage, and that is what emotional HP can be used to take some of the damage back. It also works when horror happens in this game. You can use that as healing to help heal the trauma of those things. We do have some cannonballs that got played tonight, a Bathysphere. There's a new conductor spell, or new conductor card, new spell card for somebody. Because we have spellcasters here, though, if anyone wants to use that new spell card, it doesn't have to go to Voss. So if any of you want a new spell in the background, you can do that. We have some hero points that got played, doesn't matter. The Drowning Sorrow, which is a legendary card, got played by Trickster. Anna gave us some more ever ready arsenals when we get back to that. We have some cannonballs, a salt mine, and a rescue card that all got played today as well. A second new spell got played, so if anyone wants new spells, that's 2 that are available. And then I think that's it for the big cards tonight, short of Gales and money. I total up all the stuff since last time we played. There's another 760 Gales that got put in the bank account, not including Minters. So coming up the elevator, just the 3 of you, unless you ask somebody to help you all out. My question in the group is pretty simple. Is there anyone else that is going to be with you? Are you bringing someone to show you around? Or are you just riding it out, making your way there and talking to them?
I think we should just go there, talk to them. I mean, we're
not threatening, not pulling weight, none of that kind of
authority. No, not at all. We're an authority. We can go. I mean, we'll talk to them. It's not like we're just gonna barge on them like, hey, get out of our way. We're taking your ship. Like we're just gonna
Todd,
ask
you're
them
missing
politely.
again.
Look around.
Hold on.
Missing.
Yeah. All that stuff you just said we can hear, but nobody else can. There we go. I got you fixed. Now you're there. So you said what one more time? Sorry to make you repeat yourself.
I said we will go there. I don't think we need help to get there or anything like that. We'll be polite but we are an authority, so we have the right to just board the vessel. But we're not going to do it by force.
Not going to do it by force. Okay.
Unless they make us.
Well, I mean, you never know. These people...
Yeah, I mean, if they make us, then there might be some flame strikes incoming.
So, with the threat put into place, is there any spells that you casted coming up?
No, I just checked over my spells, and apparently I am more of a reactionary combat Inquisitor. I only have like 1 or 2 that are helpful outside of combat, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Let me
play it by ear.
Play it by ear. So let me grab the ships that I said would be there. And the Whisper is there.
What was that, Fiona? Fuck him up?
Right? Dude, she's downstairs. That's how loud this brat is. she barks like a motherfucker.
Sounds to me like she's ready to throw down.
She's always ready to fight. That dog is always ready to fight. So, as you guys make your way up and come out, and you go out onto the dock, getting ready to go speak to them, as you approach the Whisper, they're unloading cargo right now. The cargo is in very ornate printed boxes with leaves and setting suns on them. And the captain's there. He's got a real thin cut goatee. He is wearing a tri-corner hat. He is wearing a bunch of heraldry for the Hastings house. He's got a rapier on his hip. He's thinned down since last time we've seen him. So Edward was a little heftier because he wasn't really working much, but now that he's taken over for the Whisper, he's kind of been in full effect and doing everything he can. Crew members are there. The twins are walking around. They're back after sacrificing themselves because of all of it was a dream. And since they're there as well, it's a packed fucking crew. So I brought all them over. I'm gonna shrink them down a little bit for you, but I'm just gonna park them above it, so you all know which ones are there, just as a reminder, so you kind of know what's what. I think I might have just covered up a ship on accident, but who knows? No, I didn't. So the Hydra, the Whisper.
You covered up the Eerie Echo.
I don't even see it. Where'd it go? Oh, there, it's underneath.
It was underneath the Whisper, yeah.
Damn you. I'll fix it. But anyway, as you walk out on the Whisper's deck, I guess my question is, who are you looking for? Are you going to talk to the captain who's on the dock right now, or are you going to talk to crew, or are you just going straight to the captain? And it's obvious he's the captain. Like, he's bossing people around. Actually, not bossing. Telling people, drop these off. We got shore leave. I know that Merrifield's gone, but don't worry. There's plenty of other places to drink. There's places you can go to and visit. Just be back. You got 2 days rest before we're off again. People are unloading everything. What do you guys want to do?
Morella is going to stand just towards the back, but she's going to keep a hand close to her Sky Hunter.
Well, that's over your shoulder. Sky Hunter's like a fucking elephant rifle. It's not good in close combat, but it will blow a hole through somebody.
That's why she's hanging back.
Yeah, it will blow a hole through somebody. Specifically, Lysynthia knows all about it. Agroon or Halstrom, are you carrying weapons right now, or are you just walking in kind of unarmed? Nothing drawn, I should say.
No.
Nothing's drawn.
Carrying
no.
my walking stick.
All right. So as you make your way in, the captain waves, and he's like, Inquisitors! Wonderful to see Inquisitors. If you're looking for Oliver, he no longer maintains the Whisper. I've taken over for my mother and for the Hastings estate. Would you like to share a drink? We're just getting ready to take shore leave for a few days, but is there something I could do? Do you need travel? Are you stranded? Anything to help the true faith?
No, nothing like that. We have a few questions.
Oh.
About Inquisitor Pyer.
Some of the crew stops and he waves.
Your brother.
Ah, yes. Oliver has been... Oliver for many years. And he just kind of smiles. And he kind of like rubs his shoulder a little bit where he was fucking stabbed. Through the heart. So what do you, public, private? Where do we need to be for these questions? I really don't have anything to hide.
Private chamber would be preferable.
Captain's quarters it is. And he wanders into the ship and kind of waves for you to follow. Boy, you guys are gonna make me pull up the fucking Whisper. like, really?
One last time. It's
really?
It's season 3.
I'm looking. Boy, I don't even know.
Got a bunch of animated fire icons to put on this baby.
I do. I actually do. I have plenty of them. Hold on. That's not the right place.
That's not the right place.
We don't want to be here.
Tell me not to burn the Whisper. I'm gonna do it. I'll fucking do it again.
I'll do it right now. I believe it was a side quest. It has been so... You know what? Is it the Oliver quest? Or is it the Voss quest? I think it was the Voss quest. Is that it?
Sorry.
Wow.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
This is how long
No.
we're on episode...
Although I do like the Voss Y.
That is side quest. That's side quest 9, back when we were doing side quest. Inquisitor Langston? Nope, this was you guys burning everything to the ground.
Yep.
If in case missed that
That makes
episode.
sense.
I'm looking here. Boy, the air tower. Well, here's the air tower. This is not it, but this is the air tower.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's been... Whisper! There you are. I see you.
It's been a while.
I found it.
There it is.
There we go.
The Whisper. So let's delete a few people who don't belong in here right now. Goodbye, Nora. Goodbye, Voss. Is there any of you guys sneaking around here? Goodbye, you two. It's pretty... Why is Agroon up in the corner of this map? Did you just drag her there?
No!
Wow, that is creepy.
Wow.
So as you guys show up...
Jesus, ready to go!
Dude, I'm worried now. I was going to bring you over, but apparently you're already here. As I bring you over to the captain's quarters, let's drop it back here into the private room. Boop, back there. Delete that one. And he sits down and he says, well, drinks, or is this just conversation and out?
Yeah, Kelly's just that prepared. Her character's on here. She's just like, I'm gonna make this character 2 seasons in the future. I'm gonna put her.
I don't even know how she was here.
Right
That's
here,
fucking
just
wild.
to be ready.
So he asked, drinks or is this just conversation and out? Is this cordial questioning, or should I be wearing my fire retardant suit?
All depends on how you answer.
He sets his hat down on the table and brushes his hand through his hair, and he goes, "Oh, I mean, I'm drinking." And he turns around and pours himself a drink. I'm surprised the Hand of Water's not begging for alcohol as well.
Oh, I got plenty.
So what can I do for you? What's your questions, Inquisitor? Does he know who you
I'll
are?
cut right to it. Inquisitor Pyer.
Yes.
Was last seen with your brother. Now neither are apparent.
How with my brother? He liked both sides, if you know what I mean.
I'm assuming in a professional capacity.
That would have been professional for him in some cases. You don't mean that way, though, huh? Okay.
However, they were together. They've disappeared. A missing Inquisitor is nothing to make light of.
What, did they run off together? My brother's in the Never. I haven't seen him in a year. Did they run off together?
Yes, that's convenient that he's in the Never, where no one can verify.
Look, I was trying to retire. This is not convenient at all. I didn't want the ship back. I didn't want to fly for the Hastings estate again. This is the opposite of convenient. Now, granted, I'm enjoying my time, but convenience not the word I would use. Look,
It must be quite cumbersome having to fly the flagship of your own family, living in luxury.
You ain't met the Hastings.
Traveling the world.
Have you?
Yes, I feel so sad for you.
Was that sarcasm? Inquisitors allowed to be sarcastic? Huh. It's good to know. I would have thought you guys were those. Listen, he pours himself a shot and takes it. He goes, I don't know who Pyer is. I don't know any Inquisitors by name. I know them by their actions. For example, I know there was a Inquisitor that my brother spoke about that burned down an entire city. Would that be the Pyer guy that you're speaking of?
So you have heard of him.
Man, you sound real happy about that. Happier than I am about my job now. Look, I don't know where Pyer is. I don't know him. We're not friends. I josh about my brother fornicating with him. He's we have a long, heated history about who should be with who. It doesn't matter. You understand that he isn't here because he's some fucking prince of fairyland. Or the courts, or whatever they're called.
Yes, that's what I hear.
I'm not fey-blooded at all. Okay?
I'll kind of walk to the window to look out over the town as I'm talking to him.
Sure. Barren wasteland with holes in it and a wall. Perfect. It looks like what you would do to a city.
It looks beautiful. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Vacant of all form of cult. He says, I don't know anything about this. I don't know who they are. I can ask my crew. The twins served with Oliver on the ship. If you'd like me to go grab them, I can bring the twins here. They are more likely to know something than I am.
What's your take on this town that vanishes?
Oh, Merrifield? I don't know. I show up. Sometimes it's here. Other times it's not. We drop our stuff off. The tower takes care of it. The man inside answers to the mayor of the town, Terry, and Jin. Oliver used to take care of the town, doesn't anymore. He used to have an office here. Now that's the Sky Marshal who's here, that operates out of here, takes care of that. I don't know, man. There's a lot of weird things that happen in this world. I assumed that the True Faith made it disappear all the time. Right? That makes the most sense. The most powerful thing in Ingrad would be the True Faith. I mean, if not, you at least know why it vanishes, right?
I'm sure the Inquisition has made many a town vanish. This one keeps coming back is what is so peculiar.
Look, I don't know why it disappears. Oliver said, don't worry about it when I asked, and I pressed him on it, and he said, I said, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. People aren't dying. It is what it is. Edward, stop asking questions.
In my experience, when someone tells me not to worry about something, that is a clue that I should be worried about it.
Your mother probably likes you. My mother prefers Oliver over me. So I didn't ask questions. Honestly, I kind of took his wife. So, like, hey, we're not on great terms.
Oh, terrible for you.
It did not turn out well. You want to hear the story?
No.
Okay. I don't know who Pyer is. Sorry. The twins might. They're the only leftover crew.
And yet he had such a connection to this ship.
Did he? You're welcome to search the ship if you want. I don't give a shit.
He was here almost as often as your brother, was he not?
He grabs his keys off his belt and throws it on the table. Search the ship. Look for whatever you want. I'm not a smuggler. I don't care. Transferring goods. My mother's the liaison between here and the courts.
Said anything about smuggling. I'm not here to accuse you of anything. I'm merely seeking answers to my questions.
I get that, but I don't know this Pyer gentleman. Hold on a minute. And he leans out the door. He's like, twins, I know you're fucking listening because you eavesdrop on everything. Would you please come in here?
No, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you noticed. I moved them right outside the door.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, they're hanging right outside there.
Yep, we'll zoom in.
Oh, yeah.
So
Those little
Petunia
sneaks.
and Penelope make their way closer to the door that's open. Yes, Captain. Look, the gentleman in here, who's very kind, I'm sure, at some point in time in his life, has questions about a gentleman named Pyer. And the two twins look at each other and in unison go, nope, I don't know a Pyer.
Perception to see if they're lying.
Perception, yes.
Shadowrun
I was
it
gonna
up, Kelly.
I was gonna shout insight check, but that's a different game.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, there's no insight.
Perception is
here.
like a big catch-all in this game. They wanted everyone to be able to kind of see things in PF2, but there's a lot of feats that make you better at it.
31.
24. Oh,
wow. 31?
17 on the
Okay.
die, so.
One of them said it with the best. The best. Nope, I don't know a Pyer. The other one's like, I don't know a Pyer. There's a little quiver in the voice. It was hidden well in the unison. It was good, but you pick up on it, and Penelope 100% knows something. They're identical twins. Little, tiny, redheaded, identical twins that have not aged.
I tap the nose of my mask,
Uh-huh.
and then I point at the one with the quiver in her voice.
Petunia looks at Penelope and goes, and then walks down the hall and leaves her sister.
So,
Pyer
Crew
was
member.
a gentleman who was very nice to myself and my sister, and we were not friends, but we spoke to each other. He nods.
I wasn't going to believe her until that last sentence, then that made sense. we tolerated each other's presence. Okay, that's Pyer.
Yeah. We
sounds about right.
spoke to each other. We were not cordial. We were we were friendly.
Amicable.
Yeah, that's the word.
There's a pained expression underneath this gold mask here. Was he
amicable in purgatory?
Was
In
he
purgatory.
was he amicable with Captain Oliver Hastings?
Ooh. I never saw them talk to each other.
Did you hear any rumors?
I hear a lot of stuff.
You didn't see them talk to each other, but did you see them interact any other ways?
No.
Perhaps a.
You sure about that?
No.
No, you're not
You
sure.
would do your best not to lie to us.
I
We're
am
only
not
here
lying.
seeking
I am
the
telling a fae-filled truth, is what she says.
What can we do to strip the fae-filled part out of the truth?
Well, and she kind of looks around. And looks at the captain. Captain goes, I'll leave. And the captain leaves the room. He's like, I'll be down the hall if you need anything. She's like, I'll be all right. They're not scary. And she steps into the doorway, but not into the room. And she says, I believe that Pyer is friends with the old crew of the Whisper. Pre-Dream State Wars. And Nightmares. And the murder twice. And the fettering. And then the helping. They're close.
But we're specifically discussing right now, we're specifically discussing Captain Oliver Hastings.
He's not the captain anymore.
Then Prince Oliver Hastings.
She bows when you say that.
And his relationship with my Inquisitor.
Oh, I'm so sorry about your Inquisitor. He was kind for an Inquisitor. Later on.
He was. Past tense.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a while. He was kind when I met him.
I'm going to roll another.
Yep, sure. Give me a roll. Yeah, absolutely. I'm waiting for spells to get casted here against a fae who's going to speak in circles the entire time.
I don't have any spells, but you know what I do have? I have legal lore. So if this keeps up, I'm going to start trying to trip her up with some legalese.
Okay.
Agrin used to be a guard before she was
forgot
recruited.
She was a guard. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Natural 20.
God damn it. She is definitely saying was alive, now dead. Speaks to both.
So what type of relic do you use when you speak to Pyer?
Oh, I don't need relics to do that. Watch. And she like grabs a random fettered object that one of you has, and she forces the spirit out to talk to it.
Is it Pyer that she's speaking
No,
to?
just one of the hands of the Inquisitor you have that are closed that you're holding. She just touches it and forces the spirit out to talk to it. See?
Right.
I can talk to any of them.
I bat her away. I'm like, I'm asking about what relic do you use to talk to Pyer?
Oh, nothing. I don't have it.
And now I can't hear anybody. Hold on a second.
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
We hear you.
I can hear you.
Just fine. She's like, I don't have it.
You don't have Pyre's relic.
No, I don't have a way to do that.
So you don't have his relic, but he has
Correct.
a relic.
Oh yeah, he has.
You just don't have it.
Yeah, he is definitely fettered to something or bound or sleeps in
Serving
whatever
hands
it is you
play
all
this
do.
card.
The Fae treat spirit very differently.
And
He's
you
much
didn't
friendlier in death, though. Afterlife.
and no one in this crew thought to perhaps report.
I don't have to
Inquisitor
report
Pyre's
to anybody.
death?
I am just visiting here.
Honey, baby, can you just take us to him real quick, please?
No, actually, I can't.
Oh, why's that?
I'm not allowed to fly the ship, and I don't know where they are.
Okay. So he's not
I flew the
on
ship once. We crashed into a dragon. It was really bad.
Oh, that sounds awful. So you don't know where he is?
I mean, I could find him.
Okay. I'm just gonna look back at the rest of the party.
Was there another group besides us who were Inquisitors and a retinue looking for Pyer?
Oh yeah. No. I don't think they are anymore. Used to be. He has a mask.
Was his name Briar by any chance?
Oh, that guy. He was rude. He was very rude. I never spoke to him, but I heard all the stories. He was an absolute prick. I was told, and by my brother, not my brother, Oliver's kind of, by the prince, I was told that he was, and quote, a stuck-up ass, and I'm glad he's dead. He didn't kill him, though, I don't think. And it wasn't Oliver who did it. But he was happy he wasn't around anymore because he was a jerk. You know, if you just speak to Fire, you could probably just find Pyer. If you know how to speak in Fae, you could just ask the Flame to find him.
What fire is she referring to?
Any fire is what she's saying.
Any fire. Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
Would you like to show us?
Oh, I can't do that. My sister can. I don't speak to fire. I deal with the dead more and cold. And she sticks her finger in the drink on the table and frosts the mug.
Well, then perhaps your sister should be present.
She went home. She's not here anymore.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Yes.
Sir, it's the Fae. I'm surprised we got as much as we did, to be perfectly honest.
Yes, you are quite cooperative. Thank you.
Oh, I've been here for so long, and I feel like if I speak in riddles, people get mad. And I don't really mean to frustrate anybody. So, I'm learning. High Cadraic is a horrible language. It's riddled with inaccuracies.
So, Briar supposedly passed.
Oh, he's dead.
Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver Hastings knew of it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he spoke.
No,
about
you
it.
just no. I'm saying.
She's just repeating the whole thing. She's just talking out loud. So, can I ask you a question?
In order to ensure her cooperation, I will answer yes before anyone else because I don't want her questioning the Inquisitor and asking him anything.
Pyer is happy. Is it bad that he's gone?
What makes you think Pyer is happy? Have you had recent contact with Pyer?
Oh, no, just tales and stories and things like that. But if you watch Flame closely, you can see him incinerating the guilty and people who follow other faiths. He seems very happy.
So this is, like, part of, like, Agrin's personal feelings coming into it.
Okay.
She kind of sighs. She's like, I would like him back.
Oh. I don't know if he would leave. He was offered a way out before. Well, he was offered a way out, but the way out would have been a loss of happiness. I think he said no.
But I would at least like to see him again.
I can't do that. That's not my thing.
I'm not asking you to. I'm just answering your question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this conversation was just us. And she looks around and she's like, oh, that's right. There's other people here. Can I get a will save for you?
Yeah. I'm going to use another here. You know, I'll use a villain point. I'll use a villain point.
Ooh, 10 points of damage.
Okay. It didn't really do me much good anyway. I got 22.
So you can feel the magic. You know what it is. She is trying to read thoughts.
You're the roar.
Up to you if you let her.
I mean...
And if you have any nature for like Fey lore, you could make a nature roll. That's up to you.
I don't know how well that's going to work for her, actually, if she were to try and read my mind with the mask on.
She doesn't know. She's never done it.
So
she doesn't know how it goes.
I'm not going to let her, but if it's possible, like the vibe that I want to project is that I don't want her to be harmed by the magics protecting me.
Yeah, you can't stop the mask from doing that shit. It just does its job.
Well, no, but I'm saying like that's the type of vibe I'm trying to give her, like, as I resist the magic.
Gotcha.
And then my nature is only a 17.
She goes to read thoughts, and her hair starts to catch on fire, and she starts fucking patting it out. She's like, I'm sorry, you seem emotionally attached, and it's really hard to read through the mask. And I was wondering if, like, he was your father, or brother, or something?
I was assigned to protect him, and he's gone.
So you're upset because you failed?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go get my sister. And she turns the corner and disappears. So you got points for being honest
let me go get her.
and not lying. And she comes back and she's dragging her sister by her hair. And she throws her into the room. Help them. They want to know where he is. They're good people. She's like, they're inquisitors. They're not good people. They're fine. They're super friendly. Your hair is burnt. It does, and they start arguing, and they switch into their language. So, do any of you speak Sylvan?
Not me.
Oh, they're screaming at each other in this like melodic tone, yelling at each other, and they're kind of chasing each other around the chair in the room, arguing until finally Penelope slaps her sister in the face. She goes, "I'm older than you. Do it." And she stops. She's like, "I will leave you with my sister. She will help you. She's out of line. I will come back."
Where's Pyer?
I don't know where he is. And from the other room, you hear her yell saying, "Tell them where he is or talk to him. Don't be a brat. We're only a brat to the captain, not to other religions. It's against code."
Who's Pyer with?
Voss? Calcor?
Is he fettered to an item in Calcor's possession?
Yes.
Is he dead?
Oh, he's quite dead.
So can I roll Inquisitor lore to see if like that's a thing that could even happen?
Ooh, yes, the Inquisitor can roll as well. He would know more than a retinue.
Right, but I mean...
Just because of what happens when an Inquisitor dies.
Right.
What are we rolling? A lore?
Either Inquisitor lore, or you could do religion.
I got 27 Inquisitor lore.
Mm-hmm.
At a 26 religion.
Between the both of you, you know when an Inquisitor dies, they're automatically fettered to whatever their holy weapon is, the thing that they carry around and use. So whatever it is that Halstrom has deemed his weapon, it would be to that. Briar's was a bastard sword. And technically speaking, it would have been the polearm that Pyer carried.
So then I say, so he's fettered to his polearm then?
Oh, no. That's in storage downstairs. It's broken.
But he should have...
Then what's he fettered to? Specifically.
I don't think I'm supposed to tell you that.
I didn't ask if you needed to tell me. I asked what it is, and you'll answer.
I don't follow.
I said please.
I don't follow.
You don't say please.
Give me. Are you intimidating her or using diplomacy?
Intimidating.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to coerce.
A little harder DC using intimidation, but you're really good at it.
This is my bread and butter.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of worried about it. Well, I hope you don't have intimidating Claire where they die. Like lower the glasses
Scared to
and
death?
incinerate
Yeah.
them. She goes, can I have a drink?
I gesture to the
Is she referring to
water.
like the booze that's in the place?
Oh yeah, she points to the mead in the center.
Of course.
As
soon as you answer the question.
I don't mix drinks.
Morella pulls out like 3 flasks and she's just like, I mean, you're old enough to
I'm
drink,
so sick
right?
of this, and she just throws the entire bottle into the corner of the room. What do you have?
Honey. Well, honey, what do you want?
Mental
I mean,
note, that'll be a
anything that's
good
not the
ignition
same
point.
shit that we drink every day. This
Okay,
tastes like the
okay.
water off of a dead flower blossom. It's horrible.
Okay, so you're looking for something a little bit smokier.
No. Well, I mean, only maybe. I'll try it all. And she puts down glasses.
Oh my God, how many glasses does she put down?
How many flasks do you have?
5.
She puts down 6.
All right.
Respect.
Pour.
So
and
I'm gonna
water
go
on the
ahead
last
and-
one, please.
That was the plan.
Cool.
I like. Very smart, very
Cool.
smart. And I'm going to give her a sampling.
That's 2 natural ones in a row. A 19,
Oh, no.
a 19, and a 2.
We're only
Plaster.
doing little taste. Oh,
Doesn't matter. She's literally 3'5". She slams them all in a row, puts her hands on the table. She goes, Pyer was gonna die. His thing was broke. And the feathery puzzle master put him in his staff to save him.
Oh, honey, I hate it when things break. Which thing of his was breaking?
He died, and his staff was broken.
He died, and
Cut in
his
half.
staff was broken.
Yeah, his
wow.
thing is the big axe on the pole.
Oh, goodness, who cut that in half? They must have been real strong.
Yeah, Oliver wasn't strong. He's just dumb.
Okay. I hear that. Hate it when people are
We tried to stop him. He wasn't in his right mind.
What do you mean? Was he in a bad mood or?
Oh, I don't know. He's not like that. I'd killed him. He wasn't abusive. He wasn't a bad person. He just wasn't all there during that time frame. I don't know why. Can I have some more?
Of course, honey. I'm gonna give her some water.
Natural 20. She drinks that and she goes, no.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give her a little.
The courts say I can't tell you, but the captain says I'm allowed to speak freely on the ship. So I'm gonna fully pull myself to the ship and we can speak freely. I'll be out on the deck.
I'll go with you, and I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder and walk out, and I'm gonna turn back to the others like, this is fine, right?
When she rounds the corner, you go to put your hand on her shoulder, she's gone.
No ass and a half.
Someone go, and like, Agrin starts giving orders and then realizes that the Inquisitor's there. She's like, someone go up, keep an eye on her. I'm gonna go check on Pyre's what. Sorry, Inquisitor. I'm here to assist you.
Who's going to the
It's
deck?
understandable. This is the first solid lead we've had.
It is the best lead you've had.
Information on Pyer.
You got a child drunk. And you learned a bunch. Are you gonna go to the... Who's going to the deck and who's going below deck to wherever that stuff is? You don't know where it is. You have to search, but you can do it. So who's going to the deck? Deck? What about you two?
I'll go as well.
Deck? Adrun?
I'm looking for Pyre's weapon.
Okay, you're gonna go downstairs. Do you have anything to help you with that? Like detect object or anything along those lines?
No. I have perception. And I guess I could try talking to Pyer since I have Ignan.
These two orcs.
You could if you find something you could talk to.
I mean, if I absolutely have to, I have continual flame. So.
Or you can talk to crew that's on the ship still. I can tell you that
I'm sure there's flame in the engine.
I'm positive that there's flame in the engine.
Positive there's no flame in the engine, as Kelly.
The engine's totally safe. Penelope does once in a while, like you see her around the corner, Agrum, when you're walking through the deck, and you'll see her like go down the stairs, and you get the gist that she's kind of walking you through the ship.
Okay.
I would need a perception for sense motive if it's a good or bad thing.
I will do that. That's a 30.
She's definitely leading you somewhere, but it doesn't seem like she's leading you to like cargo hold. She's leading you towards the engine on the ship.
I mean, I don't know where they might have. They might not know that they have his weapon stored here. So yeah, I'll go in the engine. I'll go follow her.
As you follow down the stairs, and you know your head kind of passes the stairs going down, Penelope is standing next to you at the bottom of the steps, and she says, "Here's the thing. I'm gonna take you somewhere, but you have to promise that you won't burn the ship down."
I already am bound to a promise by someone in higher authority.
Is it to not burn the ship down?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. I'd really hate to lose my second home. So I'm gonna show
guess
you.
It's a good. I guess it's, and I just tell her like, I guess it's a good thing you're with me versus the Inquisitor, and like she can't really see it, but there's a wink underneath the mask because.
How much did my sister have?
She had a lot.
Okay. We should be quick.
Okay.
Back on the deck, the sister is nowhere to be seen. As you look around for a little bit, the deck is cleared off, most people are gone, and suddenly the center mast forms a face. And the two pieces that go out for the cross mast come down as hands. I don't like you asking about what Oliver did. And if you are to hurt Oliver, I'm going to hurt you.
Honey, that's not the plan.
I'm going to need a diplomacy for that. Because there's a man next to you who's like, I could burn the whole ship down right now. Whole problem solved. One snap.
26.
26. Are you happy with that?
I mean, I'd love it to be higher, but I think I'm happy with that.
Are you going to assist Inquisitor Halstrom? Is the mast like slowly... It looks like if a mast was a treant.
All right. We'll do an assist.
By lighting it on fire.
Just gonna warm it up a little.
Oh, gosh.
Gunsmith's in. He's like, burn it all down.
Squeaked in with a 20.
So that gives you a +1. She puts her hands down on each side of you. Like within like 5 foot so she can just grab you. And the face kind of molds out of the mast and says, Oliver is a good person who did a bad thing, and it was not on purpose. You leave him be. And I will show you
don't even know where
Pyer
he is.
Well, I do.
Well, I'm not going to ask.
And she like looks to the guy in glasses. You too. A promise is a promise in the Fae. Oh, I know this is not good. I see fires and emotes.
I see those fire emotes. I'm like, oh no.
I was like, fuck all this shit.
I can tell you that I am bound by the rules of the faith. And Oliver Hastings is not my target at this time. And as long as you're cooperative, you will not have to be my target in the near future.
Are you intimidating her?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because I am a one-note interactor.
Dude, hey, that's how Inquisitors do. I will
So, this is a 31.
Two totally different adventures happening right now. Friends with the Fae and burning of them at the map. So 1. And when you got a what? A 30 what?
31.
That's
boy.
That's a crit.
We have 2 different adventures going on upstairs.
Yeah.
We have the diplomatic
Good
hand of
angel,
water.
bad angel.
Angel, yes.
She looks to you and like the hand crawls in closer and you see the floorboards buckle a little bit. And she goes, I warn you, fire is not going to kill me as fast as I crush you.
We're merely negotiating for information.
Now, somebody played a card earlier, and they played, and I quote, someone got the support card where support comes in. So at any point in time during this, if it gets bad, you would like to call for support, that is doable. You can literally see the Iron Thorn right there as a heads up. And there's a flame strike. Downstairs, you hear the ship groan and creak, and it's at dock. It shouldn't be making this noise. And she walks you into the engine room. Now, if you all remember what the engine room looks like, it's got the salt ring around it. It's underneath the glass and grating. Kelly, do you remember what's in the engine?
Well, and I remember now. I don't necessarily. It's Bennett. Bennett, the Croak Shadow Demon.
Yep.
Because he sacrificed himself and split himself from Everston to be the new power source for the ship.
And she goes,
when the Lady of the Tides crashed out.
I know nobody knows the ship better than Bennett. And you should talk to him. If you step inside the salt circle and use the squawk box, he can answer back.
Is Bennett the spirit that powers the ship?
Yeah, that is true.
The fact that you gave that up so easily concerns me, but that's all right.
That is that is the truth. That is what they are.
Anything to help me find my lost friend, I suppose.
Ooh, Pyer. I don't think Pyer has friends, but that's my belief. He threatened to burn me alive once, twice, 3 times.
He was the closest thing I had to one, so.
You should find new friends.
I point to the mask. I'm like, the job kind of prevents that.
Quit. We quit what we do all the time.
I just kind of laugh and I step in to talk to the squawk box.
Okay, you step in and talk to the squawk box.
Have you considered just not doing your job?
Oh god.
Yeah, have you considered
Todd, quiet quit
every week? Every week.
So you step in and the salt ring glows when you step through. And it goes from like that bright glowing green that is normally the sign for anything that is ethereal. And it turns into this black purplish ink. And you hear a croak on the other side. That deep, like...
Is that Dread now in Ethauntia?
It is Dread.
Cool. I say
Croak,
in Dread.
No. Croak speaks its own language. It is Croak.
It's its own language?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because I have
it
Dread.
does speak in Dread, though. If you speak in Dread, it can speak back.
Can I just assume, based on the roar that's coming out, that
you're trained enough in like cults and shit like that. You're like, I don't speak that language, but I know what the fuck it is.
Right.
They don't have a frog for the engine.
Yeah. Then in quiet quitting. Yeah. In Dread, go. I take it you're Bennett.
I am Bennett. You look for Pyer.
Pyer and Briar.
Which would you like more?
I personally really just focused on Pyer. Briar was an ass even for an Inquisitor. From the little I knew.
I can find Pyer. I can fly us there now if you wish. It is a long journey. No captain, no rules, he says.
But you have a captain, don't you?
No, I have a pilot.
I see. Cut to the other people because I'm trying to figure out how badly is Agron going to be like, fuck all y'all, I'm getting my boy back.
On the upper deck, she has the boards like kind of crumpled around you, and she's...
Halstrom's like, I promise I will not set your ship on fire. Down below, on the other hand,
I'm gonna steal this bitch.
Agron's just gonna burn the shit out of it.
I'm not gonna burn it. I'm gonna hijack it.
She's gonna hijack it.
Well, you know.
So she says,
6 of one, half dozen of the other, right?
Facts.
Are
Commandeer.
we friends,
Borrow.
Mr. Inquisitor? How much do you have any knowledge on the Fey Courts in your training? AKA, are you trained in nature? Or are you trained in courtesan law or anything like that?
I'm trained in nature.
If you would like to give me a nature roll, I will help you with the appropriate way to handle this.
20?
So saying you're friends to a Fey is basically like a handshake for a human. If you say you're friends, it's a handshake, you don't break the deal. If you say you're friends and then betray them, all bets are off. If you say we're not friends, that's fine. You're just saying no deal.
And this is about burning the boat.
This is about burning the boat and harming the people here. Yes, that is correct.
All right.
I thought it was about Oliver.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I guess Oliver would be part of that deal. Not to hurt Oliver.
Okay.
Yes. But this is her second home. So she's more worried about the home going up in flame than anything else.
Okay.
This is what Penelope and Petunia consider their home when they're in the material realm. Without it, they don't have a way to get here. They're kind of bound to it. Oh no, there's more stream loot cards coming in.
I appreciate your gesture, and I would state it, but I cannot predict what will happen in the future with my position and my orders. But I will tell you right now, none of that is what I don't want any of that to come to be. I am just here to find Inquisitor Pyer, and if we can do that quickly and truthfully, then we can leave. The faster we can leave. Do you understand?
I understand. You cannot take Pyer, because taking Pyer means you take one of the grave lighters, and that is not allowed.
Have we heard the term grave lighter before? We
Nope.
know that.
But they have no qualms about saying it because they're part of the Fey Courts. They don't give a shit.
Oh man, I got so much to write. This situation report, the debrief is going to be such a pain in the ass.
And it's going to get worse. So, Agrum, what would you like to do?
I mean, really, we're just here to find Pyer, right?
And he says he can take you there. We can take you there. It's a trip. But there's enough food on here for all of you. And I can fly the ship.
Ooh, man.
I mean, that's really my mission, right? Is to find Pyer. I don't really have anything else.
Don't look at me. I mean, Inquisitors and retinue are very direct. Like, that is a factual thing. That's how they've always been played. They cut to the chase and they get the job done. And if that cost is somebody else's ship, fuck them. Kind of how they are. And now you've tacked personal into it, so...
I mean, I guess there is no Frank House dilemma. Agron says, let's go.
You hear ropes start to snap outside. And when the boat starts to move, she looks to the side as it moves away from the tower. She's like, what? No. Why are you doing this? And she starts to, like, reform back into a small version so the boat can fly. And she comes back to her normal size and she pops out of a barrel that's in front of it. She goes, no. She, like, forms out of the wood. She's like, we can't just take the ship. Look, I'm just bluffing. I'm not going to hurt you at all. I don't want the ship stolen. It's an illusion. It's not real. And you look up and the mast and everything is fine.
So, like, smash cut to me, like, looking at the box and then looking at the engine and then in Dread saying, is the place we're going to, is it, like, really cold and blistery?
It's extremely cold.
Oh, I'm glad I have a winter clothing set.
How much
I just sit down and wait.
How much do you like Inquisitor Pyer?
I'm not his biggest fan.
Would you say you would hate him?
Didn't we establish that like Pyer and Briar didn't get along?
Fuck no, they hated each other. No one likes a Briar.
Cool. Well, no one likes a Briar, but I know like they specifically were like.
Yeah. So the Briars have the best track record for getting jobs done, but they also have caused the most damage in all the True Faith. Briar is the reason that the Skylight Chapel no longer exists. Like he's way above and beyond.
Okay. Then I would sitting there, and I just turn a squawk box. I'm like, I mean, hate's a pretty strong feeling, and I burn with it sometimes.
He goes, it's the best feeling.
You could say I have that feeling about Briar.
Cool. Can I get a will save?
Agrun, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
May not be that stupid.
I mean, considering her day job, I'm actually not this surprised that everything went this way. That's a 25.
Are you happy with that number?
Yes, because I rolled a 13 on the die.
Okay. You can feel the intrusive, like the beginning of prickles in your mind while you're inside the circle. Outside the circle, through the haze of this like black inkiness, you can see Penelope on the other side with a chest, and she's sitting on it. And you can see the true version of herself. She's got like little spines all over her of ice. And she's short like her sister. And she's watching, just kicking her feet. And when you make eye contact, she goes, taps the box. And then you hear Bennett's voice, like, if you hate him so much, take what's in the box. He doesn't need it anymore.
Thanks. And that's a genuine thanks. There's no...
He'll open the area around if you want to walk out. Unfortunately, I didn't get one of my possession points against you, but I sure fucking tried.
I nod my thanks and I head out and I go to Penelope.
She steps off the box and she goes, I just want to say in advance, I've frozen this shut because this man is not friendly. And every time someone opens it, fire engulfs. So I would say before you dethaw it, maybe take it to the deck. Also, the ship is moving. I don't think your compatriots know why. And we are the only crew here. Us and the three of you. Well, and Bennett, of course. Sorry, Bennett.
Thanks again, Bennett. And I take the chest and I walk upstairs.
Cool. Top deck. Agrun starts walking up as the other little girl's explaining how she didn't mean harm. She's so sorry. Don't steal the ship. And just apologizing vehemently about everything. And Agrun walks up with this long box. Like a 5.5 foot long box.
Retinue Agrun, I believe you've made some headway.
The engine has agreed to take us to Inquisitor Pyer.
Penelope and Petunia look at each other, one smiling, the other's frowning.
And then they also helped me come bearing gifts to help beg forgiveness instead of asking permission. I believe this is where Briar is. And I just have this box in front of me.
Penelope and Petunia and Sylvan start screaming at each other again. Are you opening the box before we close tonight's show?
I say Penelope was kind enough to warn me that they keep it on ice specifically because whenever they open it, Inquisitor Briar acts his usual extra self.
And they stop in Sylvan. They're like, no, that's not what happens. The item inside burst into flames. I had to repair the whole hull of the ship last time.
Like I said, Inquisitor Briar acts his extra self.
And they start screaming and chasing each other on the deck now, yelling at Sylvan.
This will
What do the three of you?
Be an interesting journey.
What do the three of you want to do? And are you going to contact the Iron Thorn to follow?
Yeah, I think we better.
Okay. Do you have the message spell?
I have message spell. How far away is that ship?
Hold on. We can do this. we can make that happen. We got to go back to another thing, but sure. They really need a way to drag the player token easier. Hold on. It's gonna be the wrong thing. I'm still dragging. Alright, so let me zoom out. Let's get us lined up. I'm gonna go to we're gonna go to the big 5-person map. Alright, so I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna scroll down a touch. Well, actually, I'm gonna zoom out one more. I think that's too far. Okay. So, from where you are, which is the tower, out to where it is parked is 740 feet. Let me zoom down a little more here so everybody can see it. 740 feet. 20.
Why is it 740?
Say 700 if you're hitting like the tip of the deck. I don't know what you're doing.
I have a great spell, but until we hit level 9,
well, that's not happening.
It's not going to be heard. It's got a limit of 500 feet.
You could jump and run and board your ship and follow in yours.
No.
Before they leave deck too far. Or you could message someone to go there that's in the air tower. You could send a message and do that. I don't know what the spell is, so I'm just guessing.
No, it would just make them hear me, but I'm not close enough. So
500 feet. Did you send anybody into the city, or did you basically send out a team knocking on doors?
I don't know. Do we have other people with us?
For a
besides
villain
us
point, I'd be happy to say that you did that.
Sure.
Excellent.
I'll spend a villain point.
All right. 9 points of damage. Yeah, you have a group out here canvassing. So you could message one of them and tell them to board the ship and get the fuck out and follow.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right. So as the camera cuts way ahead of the Whisper, looking past the Whisper into the city, you guys see the deck, or the boarding ramp, go back into the Iron Thorn. It pulls away from the dock, or from the crater edge, and starts to follow. The Whisper's fast. But it's not faster than this ship, with the amount of faith that is behind it, because it uses a faith engine. So as it spins up and follows, it trails a pretty good distance behind. If you would like it to be within 500 foot so you can talk, or if you want it to pull up sides so you can debark and get on that ship, you could do that. But I will tell you, Bennett will not listen to you. It will only listen to Agrun, and that will still be a diplomacy check and a will save every time she asks it to do something. Do you open the box for the end of the show?
Do it. Do it for the laughs.
I mean, I already got my thing in. I guess we're gonna let's listen to Todd. Let's do it.
Is anyone helping you open it? Helping, and what was the other one? Purgatory.
Purgatory and helping.
Purgatory 2, the helping.
This is like the southern dialect. This is like the southern dialect of casual.
Okay.
Welcome to Wolflock Valley.
Yeah.
We're just gonna helping everybody.
Is anybody out of the? Are you gonna have any of these two help you open it, or are you doing it yourself?
I mean, I can be ready with a little water. 1 cup.
Have 1 cup of water for you. Help.
I mean, do we want to wait till we get to our destination so that he doesn't flip out and burn the ship?
That's up to y'all.
It's true. We did want to get there in one piece.
I used to work at Hollywood Video. Not even kidding. Hollywood and Todd was Blockbuster.
I will say, I will say Bennett is taking us to a place that is very cold, so it might behoove us to wait on unleashing Briar's wrath until we've landed. Maybe the cold can keep his spirit in check.
All right, then. So we're going to leave the box alone for now. Well, then. Well, then, as we leave the box alone for the night, and the two ships fly out, I have something I would like to show to open up our next show. I wasn't going to do an Inquisitor one for our next show, but I feel like it's a necessity now that we have to do another Inquisitor show for our next episode. And Drew will be back, and he'll be aboard the other ship, so we can figure it out. But there is something that I feel y'all should see as we're flying through. So the Inquisitor ship is made of iron, and Bennett's ship leaves this, like, the Whisper leaves this, like, black smoke as it kind of hides and dies within its own trail that it leaves behind. Flying through the skies in Ethauntia is very different. Anything that used to live in the water that survived now has the ability to fly. That includes things like whales and perch and eels and creatures of the fae and sharks and other such things. And we've talked about that before in the show. And we talked about how people turn up their nose, you know, when they're like sky fishermen and shit like that. And we have some things to talk about it because Sky Hunter rifles were originally made for hunting from ship to ship. That's what they were made for. Hunting game and firing on other vessels. Specifically made to kill red caps. That is like the original version that they were made. To shoot down red caps and spriggans and things like that. But when you fly through over the course of a week, this travel happens. And you hit a stretch of very, very hot, arid climate and over blasted lands that used to be turmoil. Now, we've never seen turmoil in the show, but there isn't much left of it. So I'm going to put us over the lava fields of turmoil as the sharks that fly in the sky begin to show up. And the earthen shark that bursts out of the tides flies up and alongside of the Iron Thorn. Now this is Todd saying, you should take out all of the flying planes on that vessel and you should put sharks. So I did.
Listen.
So I did that.
My fault.
I did that, and this is what came out of it. So this is the Iron Thorn being chased by one of them, and underneath this is the waste that is turmoil and all the fire-stroked area that is left. And no one knows why it's this way, except for Inquisitors. See, turmoil didn't fall to the tides. Turmoil was burnt to the ground by the true faith. Because the amount of the undead that was spilling out of it, they just blessed it with fire. And burned it all. And the light that everyone saw when the sundering happened, that they thought was the true faith being born, wasn't. It was them burning the old capital to the ground. Where all the undead was birthing from. It's also why Nora died. And her wife, and where her kid was, and along with many other people who lived there. Nobody knows. They just saw fire in the sky and thought it was part of the sundering. It wasn't. It was a true faith cleansing what they thought was going to be a big problem. And as you guys fly over it, you'll also know that any of the surviving life here is sometimes tied to the waste you left behind. So next time on Ethauntia Dark Tides, we're going to have an airship combat against a flying magma shark. It'll be fine. Everything will be just fine. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. I hope you all had fun. It's nice to be back. It's been a little while. The pre-order for this first wave is up. We'll probably send out, this will be in the second wave of dice boxes. When all of them are ordered, I would say probably after the first week of September, we'll send those over to Riddle to get ordered. He'll start painting them all up and get them out to everybody. We wanted to do a smaller box for everybody so that you can you can get stuff that fits in your bag. For those who haven't been on the show, I have all the demos for the boxes. The website has them up, but they're real. They're not like a fake thing. Somebody asked me, like, oh, these are just prototypes. No, they're fucking real.
No, they're real.
They're fucking real. They've been seen in person. Those are the 2 larger ones, and this is the smaller one. And in April, we're going to have the Hand of Flame dice coming out. Or not April, October. We're going to have the Hand of Flame coming out. And if we hit our 1313 Stream Loot card goal, I haven't announced this yet, but you know who's going to be playing in the Darkest House for our marathon? The Inquisitors.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So the Darkest House isn't going to be our main cast. It's going to be the Inquisitors. The new retinue getting trained. So we'll have new retinue going through the Darkest House as their trials to become retinue. And that's what we're going to play if we do this. So I'm pretty excited for that. And what I would like to say is those retinue members are what are going to become our second campaign. So the characters that get played during that are your monster hunters that quit the true faith and say, fuck you guys. We're doing this ourselves. And that 1313, whenever we hit it, is going to be the first time everyone sees the beginning of our campaign 2 characters get built, which means Todd has to make a decision on what type of character he wants to play.
Right.
The house hates you.
We gotta make sure not to double up.
The house hates you. That is correct. Oh, it's very free form. We can talk about it afterwards. You don't have to worry about it. You basically go into the house and come out different. Like a painting. Yeah, it's gonna be great. That house is one of my favorite things. It is super awesome. So when we hit the 1313 goal, that's what we're doing. But hey, next week, don't worry. You don't have to worry about the Darkest House. You got to worry about a flying magma shark.
That makes it so much better.
Wait till Nora finds out, if she ever finds out about Turmoil.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know. And I have never said what happened in Turmoil. This is the first time that's ever been announced. So
let's hope she doesn't find out while the Lady of the Tides is still hanging around.
Right. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm going to put us into our intro. We're going to go raid somebody. Let me look here who we can raid. Is Perception still on?
Yeah, it looks like they are.
Well, we know how that goes.
We go and then they're like, okay, we're leaving.
Let's raid Perception Studios. Say hi to them. Good old Cucumber. Serving Hand's got a custom message from Cucumber.
That was amazing.
Yes. Is it Studios, plural, or Studio?
No, Studio.
We're gonna raid Perception Studio. Nope. Is it the Perception Studio?
No, it's just Perception Studio.
Perception Studio, all one word.
Perception Studio. There we go. All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next week. I won't be around too much this week because the Palmers are going to be in town. I'm going to hang with them. But I will be announcing some more stuff this weekend. And next week, we'll have Drew back full group playing our Inquisitors again, fighting our Magma Shark. Have a great one, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Ethauntia Dark Tides, everybody. Pick up your boxes while you can. And don't forget your Frank House Dilemma shirt because apparently that's the hot item on our site. See you guys later. Oh, wait, I forgot. And remember, the tides will find you. Good night.